Hey, what's up, listener? Thank you for pressing play. This week on the Jock and Nerd Podcast, is the live-action Lion King trailer actually live action? We got early reactions to Aquaman and Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse, and Netflix cancels another Marvel show. Plus, a full spoiler review of Creed 2 as we discuss how much we love the Rocky movies. And for this special milestone episode, you're going to hear from many of our amazing listeners making fun of us. That's right. It's a roast, people. All that and much more in this giant size 250th edition of the Jock and Nerd Weekly for Thursday, November 29th, 2018.
Check one. All right. This is for all you fans out there. Let's give it up. Jock it, be nerded. Be funny, disturbing. Jock it, be nerded. Spoiler alert. Oh yeah. Jock it, be nerded. Be funny, disturbing. Oh yeah. Jock it, be nerded. Spoiler alert.
Oh, hell yeah, listener.
Wowie zowie.
What's up? How's it going? Thanks for joining us this week. And for the 250th time, welcome to the Jock and Nerd Podcast, where we give you comic book and superhero, TV and movie news, reviews, and whatever we choose. Jock and Nerd. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's a nerd.
And that guy in the corner is the felty stallion himself. Please welcome Rugsy Ball Blower, but his friends call him Rugboy. What's up, Rugs?
Yo, Adrian.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Hey,
this is my cuff and my link.
Rugs, you ever get that light working outside your apartment?
Yeah, I chase chickens all the time.
Yeah, right on.
I do that shit all the time.
They chase him.
They chase you.
I've been chased by a few chickens and dragged by a few.
Well, to be honest, you look delicious, so I'd probably chase you around and
They're
peck
pretty
you too.
big. I've seen a couple of big cocks in my life.
There's a lot of big cocks out there. They're tasty too.
Yeah.
We know what you meant. Like you heard me say, fellas, this is episode 250.
250.
Unbelievable.
I just like that I had a penis reference like right off the bat.
Well,
it's 250. We have to go big.
Shit. We got to start strong. I think that is a strong start, Rugs. But the other way we got to start 250 is just by thanking the most important people that are part of this whole production. You know who I'm talking about, fellas?
Dan Slott.
Ourselves.
Dan Slott. Ourselves. And third, you, the listener. Thank you so much. No, the listeners first. Listen. Whether you've been listening since the beginning, whether you've been listening just for the past year, past month, this is your first show. Thank you so much for joining the Jock and Nerd Nation. You are now Rugboy approved.
Rugboy approved.
And you're literally 50% of the show, listener.
Yeah, we get all our ideas from you.
We get our ideas from you, and we could put this out on our end. But if you're not there on your end, it's not really a show, is it?
What's the fuck? What the fuck's the point? I guess.
What the fuck is the point? Also, if you're a new listener, you're gonna want to check out our website, jockandnerd.com. Bookmark that shits because there's a lot of valuable information, like show notes for this episode at jockandnerd.com/250, full of links of everything we're gonna talk about, stuff we recommend, refer, links on how to contact us, engage with the show, and where to find us, how to subscribe. It's all in the show notes, right in your app, right on our website. Anthony, when we started this in March of 2015,
yes,
did you think we would be recording episode 250?
I had no fucking clue.
Right?
I'm not gonna be like, no, I had no idea, but I also wasn't even thinking that far ahead.
No, neither was I. It continues to be week to week.
Listen to that first episode because Imran sounds like he's on Xanax.
It's a completely different person. I can't even believe that's me.
He was stoned.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know how you look at baby pictures of yourself and you're like, that's not fucking me. There's no way I was ever that small.
I mean, for you especially.
Plus, I'm brown in those pictures, so it's even more confusing.
Oh,
shit. But just like that, when I listened to that first episode, I'm like, what the fuck was wrong with me? It sounds like an NPR show. I may have been listening to a lot of NPR. Another thing I like to recommend to new listeners, episode 13. Why? Because that's Rugboy's first appearance, Rug.
Oh, yeah.
Did you think we would make it to 250?
That's when the show became stupid.
That's when the show really went downhill.
We were at like a higher level of intelligence, and sophistication, and then we brought this fucking
And yet
puppet
we
on.
managed to put another 230 some odd episodes out after that, or
Wow.
40. Is that how the math works? Ruggs, did you think we'd make it to 250? What does it mean to you?
No,
Okay.
I don't think we would have made it to 250.
Succinct.
I think it's incredible that we've done. It means 250 shows, but it's really like triple the amount of hours
Yes.
that we put into the show.
Yes.
And we were doing blabs for like 3 hours, 4 hours at a time sometimes. And so we put a lot into this, and it's good to know that there's a fan base and that people like it, and we're getting Patreon people and people
It's amazing.
paying exorbitant amount of money because they want to support us. So it's like all like great. It's amazing to get this far.
I'm proud of all of us, you, me, Anthony, and the listeners for building this amazing community and hanging out and meeting cool people and sharing ideas and being like-minded, geeky degenerates. We attract a great crowd. So look, this is going to be a regular show. We're going to do a little geek news. We got a movie review. We got news from the nation.
And whatever we choose.
And whatever we choose, which is...
What are we choosing today?
We are choosing to add the listener to this show hardcore. Here's what happened. If it's your first time, one of our listeners, Seth Morgan, threw out on our Facebook group the idea for this episode like 10 weeks ago to send in roast audio of our listeners roasting us, making fun of us. And I was like, all right, cool. Let's see. I was like, we're not going to get much. I didn't think we would get much. Matt Miller said he expected 6 was his prediction. Well, guess what? Thanks to lots of poking and prodding from the listeners in the group, a last-minute rally. You guys, I have 13 total pieces of audio from 11 different listeners. Oh, shit.
Wow.
They will be sprinkled throughout the show.
That's a lot.
That is a lot. I can't thank you guys enough
That's a lot of bad comedy coming our way.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Okay, so here's
let's see how easy it is, guys. Come on.
We'll see what happens. Now, here's another thing I added on top of this to make it a little more fun. I have not listened to any of these.
Me neither.
Nobody has. You are going to be hearing our instant, honest reaction. And you know what? I wasn't nervous at all leading up to this, but now that we're here, that it's happening, I'm a little bit nervous.
I think it'll be cool for the first, 3 of them. And then we're going to be 90 seconds is a long time.
We got 13 of these motherfuckers.
Yeah. So, it's a lot.
You guys aren't nervous at all?
Are we editing any of this?
Hell no.
We have veto power, right?
We have veto. So, look, listener, if you listen to this and you count them up and those numbers don't add up from what I said, somebody got cut. That's all that happened. It's fine. We got plenty of audio. And you know what? We're going to start with one right now. And I'm kind of going to play these in the order I got them chronologically. So, Jasen Mummert, who was on our last episode, you should go check that out if you haven't. If you're new, it's a great guest appearance. Voice from the Underground, he co-hosts. He sent in 3 separate files, one for each of us. So, and I don't know what order they're in. You guys ready? Here is one of 3 from Jason.ROAST.
Hey guys, Dutch here from Voice from the Underground, and this is part 1 of my Jock and Nerd Roast. First of all, congrats on 250 shows. Wow, it is amazing what you guys have accomplished. Seeing as Anthony spends half of his time doped up on Tide Pods, and Imran spends all of his time either getting way too friendly with the new issue of Catwoman, or even worse, listening to our piece of shit show. Only in America, the proud nation that gave us Supergirl 85 and the Jerky Boys, is this shit even possible. But nonetheless, congrats to you 3 charmers for keeping people listening to what basically is the iron fist of nerd podcasts.
Oh, snap.
You know, your listeners might be surprised to find out that Anthony is about as far away from being a jock as a guy can get. Now, we're talking about a guy who got a C- in gym.
Oh,
he conveniently had a doctor's note every time the PE teacher decided it was time for an outdoor sports day.
How does he know
The
this?
closest thing Anthony's done to playing a sport is being the spotter for the JV soccer cheerleading troop. We've all heard about those string bean arms of yours, Ant-Man.
He did this
Guy
recently.
who tried to climb the rope in 8th grade and they had to call the fire department to get him down. Lucky he didn't crap himself. And last but not least, Anthony, cut the shit. We all know you're not on EDM cruises. We saw the photos of you at the Trump rally. Good God, man. You need prayer.
He's got like a Jeff Ross vibe
Oh,
going.
that's
Yeah.
great delivery, Jason. Way to start it out. And you know what? Line so far, best line, the Iron Fist, the podcast. You get points. You get points for that one.
I like the Trump rally. That's good.
So that was all Anthony.
That one was on Anthony. There's two more.
Right.
There's two more from Jason, but first,
Okay,
let's get to the
see what we
news.
get next.
The Jock and Nerd Podcast.
How are you gonna space these out?
I don't worry. I got them
All right.
spaced out. They're in the notes. Rugs, we're not playing them all at once. So
I thought you were going to play
we're not.
Jason's all at once.
No. They're all mixed up. So you're going to have to wait for that. First thing in the news, fellas. Look, everyone is expecting this Avengers 4 trailer. We were wrong about that rumor. It was supposed to come out. Then I heard it was supposed to come out yesterday. There ain't no fucking trailer. But people are
never going to be a trailer.
Dying for this, and they may not even release one. We'll get to that later. What Disney did release, though, is the official teaser trailer to their live-action Lion King adaptation movie. Now, I know you fuckers saw this. This trailer was the second most viewed trailer. Got 224.6 million views.
Wow.
In 24 hours, just behind Avengers Infinity War, that got 238 million views in 24 hours.
Right.
So everybody watch this fucking thing. Before we get to what live action actually means, because this is my question, let's just talk about what we saw. Because I watched this, and it's a shot-for-shot fucking remake of Lion King, and I was just like, wow. Holy shit, those animals look amazing. This is all fake. What the fuck's going on? Anthony, did it get you in the feels at all?
Lion King is a movie for me that, was part of my childhood, and I really enjoyed. Soundtrack was fantastic as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I'm not as nostalgic about the Disney movies as some other things, i.e. Rocky.
Yeah.
But Beauty and the Beast, not Beauty and the Beast, Lion King was one of those films that was a big part of my childhood, and yeah, I mean, the animals look great. It's a shot-for-shot remake of the trailer they released back in the day. I'm as excited as you can be for a movie that is basically a shot-for-shot remake of a cartoon that I saw.
That we've already seen. Rugs, just aesthetically, like the look of it, what did you think? Did you think the animals look good?
It's a cartoon of a cartoon.
It is. That's
basically what it is. It's like
what it is.
You have 2D animation,
and
then you have the 3D animation version.
Yep.
So is it like an accomplishment in maybe technology? Yes. Did they actually get a lion to act? No. I don't think we were expecting that, but it's basically another permutation, another pushing of the envelope of that kind of story. So it's interesting. It'll probably add a little bit more drama to it because, now you're seeing these things with weight and with kind of the fur and the teeth and all that stuff. It's probably going to create a little bit more drama.
You know what? I'm going to disagree with that because I think actually in cell hand-drawn animation, you can be way more expressive because you can exaggerate eyes,
maybe
eyebrows. In this, they still have to look like fucking animals.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you're not scared of a lion when it's drawn like that.
Yeah, I can see Rug Boy's point that although it's not real, it feels more tangible than... Inevitably, a cartoon is a 2D animation. Still, you know that it's.
But
2D.
Simba,
even a kid can look at a 2D animation and go, "That's not happening."
I just think Simba in 2D is way cuter than a real lion could ever be.
Of course, I mean that's the whole the designed realism that they're making, or the beyond realism. I guess there's surrealism that they're doing.
Before we figure out what this is, this may be a new genre. What the fuck is this? James Earl Jones returning as Mufasa. You hear him in the trailer. That's fucking pretty dope.
That's crazy.
Right. This cast also includes Donald Glover as Simba, Beyonce as Nala, Chiwetel Ejiofor as Scar, Alfre Woodard as Simba's mother, Sarabi, John Oliver as Zazu, John Caney as Rafiki, Florence Kasumba as Shenzi, Eric Andre as Azizi, and Billy Eichner and Seth Rogen as Timon and Pumbaa.
It's an all-star voice cast.
Fucking all-star voice cast. And like we said, they've already done The Jungle Book, Beauty and the Beast. A huge success. And you're going to expect they're doing Dumbo, Aladdin, Lady and the Tramp.
Did you guys see
Mulan.
The Jungle Book?
I never saw The Jungle Book.
No.
I didn't see it either, so that I don't know.
It looks better to me though than even the Jungle Book in trailers. I didn't see Jungle Book, but
I think the effect, the actual technology has gotten better. So I read some articles about the guys working on this production, and they said this technology is so far beyond where it was with Jungle Book already, and they're considering it a live action because of a couple of reasons. Cameras, right? If you do like a Pixar movie or an animated movie, It's not necessarily a camera, especially CGI, if it's entirely created on the computer. Does having a camera there shooting on a green screen, even if there's nobody else there, does that constitute live action?
Why would they shoot on a green screen? Were they shooting green?
Well, no, the guy said it was actually blue screen, and the guy made it sound like he's like, there's a virtual set on our studio stage. So I don't know if you put on glasses. I'm really fascinated to find out how they made this. But you can like walk around in this virtual environment, but it's not there, kind of thing. So, but are they mocapping anything for animals? How are they making?
I was thinking
this
that
done?
maybe they shot like all of the background stuff in the, like the jungle.
No,
and then they animated everything on top of that.
It says it was entirely shot in Los Angeles. They did not go on location to like Africa to shoot anything.
One of the things my friends brought up when we were talking, first off, like this is going to make $1 billion.
Oh, absolutely.
Just like Beauty and the Beast.
Regardless.
Like people are going to love this shit. They love the Beauty and the Beast. They're going to love this. The thing is, like, at least with Jungle Book and Beauty and the Beast, but just especially Jungle Book was basically the same thing, except you had a boy.
There's a human character.
There's one human character that like could ground it in like, okay, this is still live action. This is just nothing. You're literally watching nothing that happened in real life.
Like, is it live action or is this a new genre? Like, do you have to come up with another word?
Well, it's a 3D movie. It's just a 3D movie, just like
it's a CG movie,
just like Final Fantasy and all that other shit. And like
it's like Final Fantasy, but then like it's like a step above that.
Oh yeah,
because they're going for realism.
Final Fantasy was like a long time ago.
So, but Final Fantasy would be considered an animated film, would it not?
Yeah. There's no people in it.
Would you consider this an animated film?
It's an animated film.
It's an animated.
The live action Lion King is actually an animated film.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's impossible to do a live action Lion King.
It really is.
There's no way you could do you can't have the animals do anything that you would want them to do.
Yeah.
Without like a million cuts.
Or a lot of like really inhumane
it is
fucking
a pretty
practices.
Interesting problem to solve.
Right?
Yeah.
It's amazing. So it's just another layer of animation, but it looks so fucking real.
It looks great.
But can you call it live action? I don't know. Disney's getting a lot of backlash.
They're going to call it live action.
Yeah.
They shouldn't, but whatever.
They shouldn't. But it looks fucking great, and I agree it's going to make a shitload of money as Disney continues their global domination.
They've figured out what they're going to do.
I don't even know why we're talking about why is it like it's not. So let's move on.
No, because they're marketing it as live action Lion King.
Those are because there's dumb people that think that shit is real.
I'm kind of interested. I didn't see Jungle Book.
Yeah.
How it's going to look when they start speaking.
Yeah, me too. Exactly.
But I'm sure that the question's already been answered in Jungle Book and
yes, which we haven't watched.
Mowgli book. Movie.
Well, that's coming out on Netflix too. Only I think.
Yeah.
I think
I heard that was terrible, but.
Yeah, so they shifted it to a Netflix release. All right, roast time. This one's from John Seyfert, our patron saint of awesome.
This is John Seyfert, with a little help from Siri. I love the Jock and Nerd Podcast. For those who are unfamiliar, it's comprised of one guy obsessed with sports, another guy whose head is full of cotton, and they also have a puppet. Anthony is the youngest of the crew, and he's always bragging about all the women he sleeps with, and I believe him. Good looks, a great physique, and that low, monotone voice of his puts them to sleep like Bill Cosby. What I really like about Anthony is that he often takes his mother to the movies. Unfortunately, a few weeks ago, he pulled the popcorn trick on her out of habit, and things have been weird ever since. I don't know if Rugboy is a real puppet or a man who simply identifies as one. Like Mike Pence, a terrible thing happened to Rugboy as a kid. He was magically transformed into a puppet at puberty. At first I felt bad, but after listening to him, I'm thinking this guy was never going to get laid anyway. The Jock and Nerd Podcast is this thing on occasion called What the Fuck Happened To? Imran got the idea for it one day, while looking at his beard in the mirror. The Facebook group had some trouble over the summer when a bunch of robots tried to join the nation. Imran had to put up a test question. What do you think about guys who wear leather shoes without any socks? If the respondent didn't automatically throw up in their mouths, he knew they were not human. The Jock and Nerd Podcast doesn't drop until Sunday mornings. This was a calculated decision to gain new listeners who are still hungover from Saturday night. The thinking is, not only are they incapable of making good decisions, but they are already sick to their stomachs and have splitting headaches. Congratulations, guys, on 250 shows.
Nice.
Wow, that was better than I thought from a Siri voice.
Seaford, you got points for using technology
that's
the
weird.
way you did, and points for the sock callback. Callbacks are always good.
surprisingly, these have been pretty good so far. What the fuck is going on? I
Dude.
didn't know our audience was this smart.
They're great effort from the Seyfert using Siri. I can't wait to see what else is
I
in
want to see the
store.
transcript of this.
Yes, we'll
I
have
can read
to
it.
we'll have to type all this out now. Seyfert just gave me a great segue to invite the listener to join our awesome Facebook group. It's called the Jock and Nerd Nation. It's exclusive. It's closed. It's just for you, listener. We're all in there. All our awesome listeners that you are hearing in this episode are also in there. You can hang out. The conversation starts there, continues there. I pull things from there. Welcome this week, new listeners to join the group. Michael Taylor, Robert Slavinsky, Leonardo Sita Jr., and the famous original podcast network.
Oh, shit.
A whole network, guys.
That's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people.
Wow.
A whole network join the group. We're glad to have you. Anthony,
It's like
I
two
managed.
guys.
It's probably just one guy with
Yeah.
the famous original pancake house.
Yeah.
That's what it made me think of. Anthony, I grabbed some screenshots of some of the questions that you have to answer to join the group. These are always fun when I grab them. They're rare. They're like unicorns. Last week, we welcomed Colton Payne, who stars on CW's Riverdale. Maybe. I don't know.
I
Sounds like
wouldn't
he
be
does.
surprised.
That sounds like he does. Here, I got his answers. I forgot to share it last week. He said, the questions are, how did you find us? He says, a friend of a friend. What makes you want to join the nation? He said, you guys are pretty cool. And my favorite question, who is your favorite host? His answer, Ermin.
I also like Ermin better than you, Imran.
I think Ermin is a way more fluid host. He's better on the mic.
Yeah.
I'm still taking points for that one.
Ermin.
What's up with Ermin? Where is he?
Ermin's on the shitter. He's got IBS right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he's irritated.
Hey, join the club.
Something in
All right.
common. Also, famous original podcast network. They were nice enough to answer the questions. How did you find us? They said the voice from the Underground podcast.
thank
Right
you.
on. Thank you, Jason, TJ,
VFU.
Big Haas, VFU. Represent. Go check them out. What makes you want to join the nation? They love great podcasts. Who's your favorite host? Answer. All are great, but we are Team Imran. That's right, motherfuckers.
Wowzers.
That's the first.
Is that the first? That's not
No,
the
I'm
first.
I was say this is the first time in your life where you're a part of something where a jock would get you would get chosen.
I'm on
over
a team
jock.
for
To
something.
be fair, Ermin got picked the first time.
Yeah, that's
Imran
true.
only
You know
got
what?
picked once.
Fuck, just like high
again.
school
You lose
sports,
again.
I got picked last.
You got fucked again.
Fucking Ermin, he's fired. Who told him he could host this show? All right, let's get back to the news before we get another roast. We're talking about where's this fucking Avengers 4 trailer. The reason why is a year ago this week exactly, they released the Infinity War trailer. Now, also, they moved the date up a week, remember? Into late April.
Yeah.
So we're 156 days away from the release of Avengers 4. So now I think possibly in the next week? Is that maybe?
I don't know.
Or maybe there's no trailer at all. The reason people thought it was coming out this week is Collider hosted a screening of Infinity War, and they had like a Q&A
Wait, they had a screening?
of Infinity War.
Oh, Infinity. That's right.
And then they had a Q&A with the Russo brothers. So people were like, oh, maybe that's when they're going to release the thing. It's after Thanksgiving. It's the perfect time. But you know what? They just nabbed 224 million views with Lion King. I think you can just space it out a week.
Yeah.
However,
What if it's in front of Aquaman's?
it could be. Then we're waiting till December.
But would they put in a Marvel trailer in front of Aquaman?
No, but they would put it in front of Mary Poppins.
Would they debut it?
They would put it
in front
in
of
front of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. They would put it in front of a bunch of things they still got coming out.
I'll put it in front of that ass.
I'll put it right in Aquaman. But look, here's real quick. I got a rundown of during this 2-hour Q&A with the Russo brothers. A bunch of little cool tidbits that came out about Infinity War. They did not talk about Avengers 4 at all. They said Hugo Weaving was asked to return as the Red Skull. Because he said he's never been interested. They asked him. They considered including the Defenders from Netflix.
Oh, shit.
In Infinity War.
Wait, what happened
For
with
a
Hugo
moment.
Weaving? He said no.
Hugo Weaving has made it clear on a number of occasions that he's not interested in returning to the MCU. The Russo brothers confirmed that they did actually approach the actor about reprising his role as Red Skull. He turned them down, obviously, so they used Ross Marquand's Walking Dead. So they wanted Hugo, but
He did a great job.
Ross
filling
Marquand,
in.
he's a great impersonator. And he's great on The Walking Dead.
He's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. You could replace fucking, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, with the face. You
Yeah.
can easily replace the guy.
The Defenders, Russo brothers indeed did consider including characters from the Netflix TV show, but it became way too complicated to figure out schedules, contract, production, how to tie it in to what was going on in their shows. But they were thinking about it. So that's interesting. They have confirmed Loki 100% dead.
Oh, shit.
But what about the streaming show? That's that
Maybe
Disney
it's
Plus
like a prequels?
before.
Might be a prequels, or maybe it's somewhere in the afterlife.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it could be in the afterlife. It could
Maybe
be him
it's
as a
not
ghost.
Loki. Maybe it's just low key.
Maybe they're just. It's like a gangster hip hop
God.
show. Fucking low. No, you don't like that?
Hey, give it a shot.
I'm laughing.
so-
I'm shaking my head at what Ruggs is better than that.
Yeah, I
the
know.
bad
But what do
humor.
you want? We're having a lot of weird things happening today.
It's a weird night. It's
You know, the
2:50,
internet's
people.
weird. Everything's weird.
Everything's weird. The next bit: Thanos didn't beat the Hulk thanks to the Power Stone. You know how you saw in the beginning, Thanos give Hulk that beat
He
down.
beat that ass.
People have speculated Matt Titan was stronger because he had the Power Stone, but they said no.
Wrong.
He's just a better fighter. He's smarter. He's bigger. He's fucking Creed to Victor Drago, or the other way around. It depends on which fight you're talking about. We'll get to that. Sorry, I'm jumping ahead to our Creed review. Remember they were going to shoot both movies at the same time? They scrapped that idea, and they said it was just becoming too complex, too confusing, because they're two drastically different movies, which this is interesting. You know, so Infinity War, what do we see? Like a fucking all-out action invasion. How is this going to be different?
I don't know. I heard a theory that the Infinity Gauntlet cracked,
Right?
and then all the stones left, and they have to reassemble another Infinity Gauntlet to put it back right
And they got to go get the stones.
from all corners of the universe.
Probably using the quantum realm.
Yes,
Slipping
that's
through
what
the
I heard,
time
but I don't know shit what I'm
stream.
talking about.
Who knows?
That makes sense. They said there was another scene with Tony and Pepper was shot at the home of Tony Stark and Pepper Potts, in which they were shown, Tony was shown sitting in a lawn chair, fidgeting with the flip phone Steve Rogers sent him. And then Pepper interrupts, blah, blah, blah. So it sounds like he didn't really need that fucking scene. Anyways,
Right.
this one is great. Joe and Anthony Russo have made it clear that Secret Wars was the storyline, which resulted in them falling in love with comic books. And they said they would come back. I think they're done after this movie, but
Yeah,
they're
done.
They would come back to Marvel if they could do Secret Wars, which would be fucking great, because now
That'd be a strange motherfucking movie.
you have the X-Men, though.
What's
You have the Fantastic
what's the
Four.
elevator pitch for Secret Wars?
You would do, omnipresent being gathers the heroes and villains and throws them on a planet for a battle royale.
Yeah.
To see
It's just,
who
it's just
stands.
basically the Royal Rumble with the superheroes.
But see, you already done fucked up Venom and the symbiote, because that's where the symbiote starts, is in Secret Wars.
yeah.
So, and that's one of the greatest parts of Secret Wars, issue 8. I have it. It's worth a lot of money. It's Spider-Man, first time in his black costume. And now you done fucked that up. You burned that bridge. So Secret Wars would be great. I would hate not to have that Spider-Man scene in there. 3 drafts of the movie were written. Wonder what's in those other 2 drafts. And they say Stormbreaker isn't more powerful than the Infinity Gauntlet. So even though he can slice through Thanos, Stormbreaker's not going to be enough. Red Skull is a ghost now.
He gone.
The movie nearly had a different ending. This one's great. There's been a talk of bringing Beta Ray Bill to the MCU, which is a weird cosmic character, but totally fun. It's a horse
You don't
face
have
Thor.
lips.
Character.
No lips, horse face Thor. Then you could
Wait, does he have lips?
in this issue, in this picture, he doesn't. I don't know. Is he just teeth? He's got like a camel head. Do camels have lips? Then he does. Then you could do Frog Thor, which is also wacky.
Ooh.
But I could have seen that in Ragnarok. Like, that movie was so wacky, you could have done Frog Thor. This is interesting. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 delay didn't change anything in Avengers 4. This is something I was wondering about when they went back to do reshoots and that whole James Gunn thing blew up. Were they going to do something? Were they just going to kill Drax off because he's being mouthy? I guess not. Not yet. Anyways. Did you guys wonder how much time passed between the snap and the final scene of the movie where he's sitting in his farm?
Sure, tell me.
How long did you think it was?
20 minutes.
So just moments later.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't say how long it was.
What a fucking asshole.
They refused.
Oh, shit.
They refused to divulge.
Not the Russo brothers, you.
Yes, for leading the witness.
us on. Yeah.
The Russos aren't involved in the Falcon Winter Soldier series. That's going to be on Disney Plus. More diversity is coming to the MCU. And that's really it. So those were the big pieces from the Q&A. Again, no Avengers 4 trailer. Where the fuck is it? Let's move on.
Where's my trailer?
Where's my fucking trailer? Where's my tractor?
They owe that to me.
That's right. I
earned that.
I gave you nothing, and I want you to give me something.
That's right. That's the way it is.
They may not fucking release a trailer at all.
They will. Come on.
Yeah, I think they will. Yeah.
But
They got to think about the global marketing route.
they're juicing up this marketplace and anticipation and hype really well, though.
Yeah.
Like every day, there's articles on comicbook.com going, did the Avengers trailer come out today?
Nope.
Nope. And the next day, did it? Was it coming out tomorrow? Nope. Everyone keep holding your breath. It'll be fine. You'll turn blue, and then you'll feel really nice.
I don't know if you have this in the notes, but the new Godzilla trailer supposedly is coming out this weekend.
Yes,
Oh.
I read that.
I am very worried about that movie. Not because I don't think it'll be good, but because I think they picked a bad time to release that
Yeah,
movie.
it's going to get crushed.
It's going to get buried. When is it? That's also in May, right? 2019.
Yeah.
Same month as Avengers 4.
May's is way after the Avengers, right?
No, Avengers comes out early May.
Yeah, so it's almost at the end of the month.
Yes, it's definitely after Avengers. Let's switch gears, talk about some DC Warner Brothers news here. Aquaman premiered in London, I believe.
Really?
Aquaman.
Social media reactions are out, and they're pretty much saying
They're good.
it's saying they're good. It sounds like they finally wised up and just made a Marvel movie.
Oh, shit.
That's pretty much what people
That's
are
what
saying.
it looks like.
That's what it looked like. The visuals look great. It's colorful. This is what they need to do. But with these early reactions, guys, where are you setting your expectations walking into this movie? We've been burned by them several times.
I'll say I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm more optimistic than I was. I'm going in with like a good feeling of, okay, I can finally go into this DC movie and not like be pissed off by the end
All
of it.
right. No, that won't be a letdown. If it is,
I'm excited. I'm excited to go in and watch a DC movie and not go in with the feeling of I can't wait to rip this after.
I'm excited to go in. Exactly. I feel the same way. I'm excited to go in and actually enjoy a solid superhero movie
What
from
about
DC.
Ruggsy?
Rugs.
I'm expecting it to be a piece of shit, but like not as bad as Green Lantern.
Oh,
There you go.
geez. Okay.
All right, so if it's better than Green Lantern and like better than Justice League, which is not that hard to do, I'll be fine with it.
Yeah, Justice League is
I'm
the
not
low bar.
expecting it to be like an amazing like film, but I think it'll be kind of a little bit over Justice League, like enough that it's like acceptable.
I mean, it's been a long time since they put out a movie. You know, late in this year, there's been time to forget about Justice League, and they've been building this hype really well. I hope it performs well. Here's the only problem, and James Wan mentioned in an article, he's also worried about the fact that it comes 2 days after Mary Poppins Returns from Disney. So come in December, we got Disney, you got DC, you got Sony, you have movie studios just firing shots at each other with these movies. The updated revised box office opening estimate places Mary Poppins Returns on track for a $70 million opening Christmas weekend, right? They're saying Aquaman in its 5-day run from Friday to Christmas Tuesday expected to bring in around $100 million with $65 million over the 3-day weekend. That's not bad if it could pull.
It might make that.
It almost seems kind of low.
They got 5 days, so
Justice League made 119 in its first 5 days.
but yeah.
I was gonna say I don't see the appeal of Mary Poppins. I just don't get it. But
Oh, it's going to be
apparently
huge.
that's popular, huh?
Oh, yeah. Mary Poppins is going to be huge. And here's a great little side note. While these two movies are in the theater next to each other, while you're in Aquaman and you're hearing Emily Blunt's Mary Poppins with Lin-Manuel Miranda, I don't know his name.
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh, well done. The get this, the original Mary Poppins, Julie Andrews, voices a Kraken in Aquaman.
Oh shit. Geek boner.
So you're watching Aquaman, you're going to have the original Mary Poppins. Yeah.
Diversity. Chick Krakens.
Chick
I like it.
Krakens. It's a character called, look for a character called Karathin.
Let's make this Kraken a chick.
Karathin
That's
is
a great idea.
is a sea creature who can help assist Aquaman's quest to broker a peace between Atlantis and the surface world.
Is it really the Kraken?
I don't know. It's a sea creature. I don't know if it's the Cracker.
The Kraken?
The Cracker.
The Cracker.
Julie Andrews playing the Cracker.
Release the Kraken.
So that's kind of fun. You get a lot of Mary Poppins tie-ins there.
I bet you want to release the Kraken.
Anybody have to release the Kraken now? No, leave it in.
Good.
Also,
I'm good.
breaking news.
Not around this kind of company.
Not around here. This just posted today. Here's Warner Brothers' next DC movie. They've announced Blue Beetle. They are working on in development, and Warner Brothers giving them a
Which Blue Beetle?
What's his name? Reyes,
Jaime.
a Latino, Jaime
Oh,
Reyes.
Jaime Reyes.
So here's your diversity, giving you a Latino superhero on the big screen. This Blue Beetle's
Blue
a great.
Beetle could be goofy.
It's a fun character.
They could kind of play it up like they did with Venom because he does like talk to the scarab or
Yes,
whatever.
it's very similar. Where the scarab's all
Oh, it
serious.
is. It's basically Venom. And what's Venom? Venom's something else.
Isn't Venom basically a riff of Blue Beetle, sort of, in Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Blue Beetle came first, right?
Oh, is it?
Blue
Thought
Beetle
so.
probably did come first. It's
The OG Blue Beetle.
it's Tech Venom. You get
Yeah.
Cord Industries given
Blue
the
Beetle
tech.
is the first ever appearance of Blue Beetle is 1939.
Wow! Holy shit! Yeah, that was
but
a
the
different
techie
Blue Beetle.
with the suit. That's
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, that DC Blue Beetle is 83.
I think that
Jaime
came
Reyes.
out. Oh, really? 83 was
Yeah.
the suit Beetle.
Yeah, the DC when DC bought him. Jaime Reyes is 2006.
Oh, that's
that's really
Infinite
recent.
Crisis #3 is
Yeah.
He's great on
Jaime. Let's
I think that's all
Sorry,
based off of
Jaime.
Witchblade, and Witchblade is based off the Guyver, and
yeah. I mean, it's a guy.
You're throwing names out there that mean nothing.
It's a guy that has tech that talks to him.
MacGyver?
MacGyver is awesome.
no, the Guyver.
I love the Beetle from Young Justice. That's a great Beetle in that one, and that's coming back in January.
For
on the
some
streaming.
reason, I'm sorry to throw us off track, but now it's bothering me.
Yeah.
There was we were comparing a movie to Venom, or Venom to another movie where a guy talks to himself.
Oh, The Mask, kind of
The
like
Mask.
Yes.
There you go. Yeah.
Venom
yeah.
is The Mask, and Blue Beetle is
Man,
Venom.
Venom is the mask.
Yeah, it's the same fucking
Except
movie.
not as done as well.
Yeah.
Not as funny, but just as weird, and not.
I mean,
as well.
that is Venom's character, though.
Yeah, just wacky. Talk to yourself. I love these when there's a dual personality, though. When there's two characters in one. So look, we'll see if it ever comes out. Blue Beetle. What do you know? Guess what time, guys? It's roast time. I got another 10 of these fucking things to play.
What are we roasting?
Roast some nice smoked pork loin
Oh,
on open
all right.
fire. This one is from our buddy David Molofsky,
Lalu.
editor at A Place to Hang Your Cape. Roast.
Hello, Jock and Nerd. This is David Molofsky from A Place to Hang Your Cape. And I'd say congratulations on reaching 250 shows, but honestly, I don't know what I've been listening to for these last few years. I mean, none of you know anything about comics. You've got a jock who thinks the MCU is the best drug to take at an EDM show. You got a nerd whose only nerd credentials seem to be that he calls himself a nerd.
I'm more of a
I haven't heard
geek.
anything to suggest otherwise.
I'm not smart.
Then you got a puppet who can't even hold a comic, let alone read with those lazy googly eyes. I mean, come on, guys. What are you doing?
All good
It's
points.
been 4 years? Shit, 3.5 maybe? Come on. You
Yep.
guys can do better than this.
He's right.
Anyway, that was my little roast. But seriously, guys, congratulations on 250 episodes. It's crazy to me that I've spent 500 hours listening to you guys
Oh shit.
Holy shit.
talk stupid fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
For God knows how long, and yeah. But seriously, it's been great having you guys be part of our site, friends of the site, and yeah, keep up the good work, and I hope you guys never make another episode again. Jock and Nerd.
Jock and Nerd.
Let me comment on
Yes,
David Molofsky.
yes.
First off, he's got his voice is so dainty. Like, he can't.
Sounds like it's gonna break.
There's no way he
You
can
drop
like
it.
even when he's roasting, it's like
Well, he
Stop,
sounded
stop.
like he just smoked a joint.
But
He's
He's very relaxed.
Yeah,
I got to say, David Molofsky, on a serious note, was one of the first dudes
Yes.
that like actually supported
Yes.
us and like was like, hey, reached out to us and was like,
Yes.
hey, I like you guys. I'm putting you on our website.
Yes.
So he was like one of the OG supporters.
Man,
So
he was there year one.
lots of love,
Lots
as the
of love.
kids say. I'm pounding my chest for David Molofsky.
Molofsky got us the interview with Greg Weisman.
Yeah, he was awesome.
He asked me to
Or
do.
he is awesome.
I did that calendar, the anti-bullying thing.
Molofsky got me press passes
Yes.
to the Vegas Comic Con. I didn't take advantage of him
That's
because
right.
I wasn't going to go by myself.
But
But
yeah,
that's the kind of dude he is.
David Molofsky is a great person, always hooking us up. Thanks for being there, D, from the beginning. Thanks for the roast.
Yeah,
that was
thanks
awesome.
for the support, Dave.
You get points, D. Points. All right. There's another movie that screened and premiered, and there's
Oh,
reviews.
Your mini
And I'm
little
about
boner
to
is going
bust
crazy.
a nut right now. Why, listener? Because Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is currently sitting at 100%
Oh shit.
on Rotten
How many
Tomatoes.
reviews does it have?
37.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's
Have you listened to the Post Malone song?
I have not.
It's good.
The guy's got way too many tattoos on his face.
I like
it
Pre-Malone.
offends me. Yes.
I actually like Provolone.
I just like just Malone.
Current Malone.
I just like now Malone.
But it's good. The Spider-Verse theme.
I keep wanting to listen to Post Malone, but I'll do it later. Get it?
Yeah.
Post.
I wonder how many times he repeats the word Spider-Verse.
Is the song? Does he mention Spider-Man in the song, Anthony?
No, I don't
think
know.
so.
No, it's just the song. Average rating 8.8 out of 10. The reviews for this are unbelievable, like best Spider-Man movie ever. I cannot wait to see
I
this.
think it's hype, but we'll
I
see.
mean, there's a lot of hyperbole. Same thing with Aquaman. People were saying this is the best DC movie since Dark Knight.
yeah, we heard that about the Justice League.
We heard that about
Standing ovation.
Yes, everything.
We know the rigmaroles.
So a lot of hyperbole thrown out there, but this gives me hope. Everything I've read has been so
when
consistent.
I see it and I review it, then I'll know it's good.
Yes,
Yeah, there you go.
I think Russ will be the test.
I would say coming at this from a perspective where I don't care as much.
Yeah.
I know Imran's obviously going to love
Oh,
it.
this fucking thing looks great.
It doesn't. Yeah,
Rugboy doesn't like the multiverse Spider-Man thing. that
Correct.
Dan
that's
Slott
not
started.
necessarily true.
Well, you don't like Dan Slott, number one.
Yeah,
Do you like
I like
the
Miles
Spider-Verse?
Morales. I like Miles
Okay.
Morales. I don't like that there's a million Spider-Men.
What about the idea of the multi-Spideyverse?
We'll see how it unfolds. If it unfolds in a way that I like, where it makes sense, and then I'm cool with it. But if it unfolds in a way that seems silly, then I'm not going to like it.
So it sounds like there's a lot going on in this movie. I mean, if you were to make this live action movie and I was to tell you there's a shitload of villains in here, not only that, there's a shitload of heroes. Like there's tons of characters in this movie. So I'm curious to see how they balance it. Every character is in a different art style that reflects the universe they're from. Like it looks fucking amazing. And I can't wait to just be wrapped in this fucking movie and live in it. It's everything I heard just sounds great. So they've already announced that there's.
You want to live in this movie's feet.
I want to live.
So you could be there every step of the way.
Yes.
I'm already going into it like with not liking the choppy animation decision.
Yeah.
I'm already against that. I'm like, I do like Miles Morales, and I do like the Ultimate storyline. And the great thing about it was that when they did the Ultimate Universe, they said this is not Spider-Man as you know. We're changing everything. You just if you want to come along for the ride, you got to accept that we're changing shit.
Because there was still the regular Spider-Man canon stories were
and
going
it was
over
still
here.
there if you wanted it.
Yeah.
Yes.
This was an alternate Elseworlds. This was its own thing. But then Marvel smushed all the universes
Then
together.
Slott came in and said, we're going to put everything in the real universe.
What
And
if everybody was Spider-Man?
Yeah. So that's the reason why I have a bad taste. But I'm going to be open-minded as much as I can.
I'm trying not to go in here with too high expectations because
I'll watch it, but I have to say I am not at all excited.
Really?
And not that I don't think it's going to be good. I just don't care.
It just looks like so much fun and the energy and the fucking
I don't know why it's
the
not hitting
style
anything for
of
me.
the animation and the art. Really?
It's just not hitting. Like,
I think it's
literally
going to be
nothing.
Might be fun, but the minute that they put Spider-Ham in there, I was
Yes.
like, all right, I'm kind of out of this.
But John Mulaney as Spider-Ham seems perfect.
Yeah, but I know
He comes from his
whatever.
Spider-Ham universe. I love Peter Porker.
I
used
never
to-
liked Spider-Ham.
I used to buy that comic like weekly. like back in the day.
You used to buy Spider-Ham?
Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham, had his own
You used
title.
to buy those?
Yeah, I used to buy it. Had his own series. I
Yeah,
fucking
see,
bought
the
him.
Hamron's just a mark for this.
Yeah, you are.
He's marking
not,
out.
Not that we didn't already know this.
Yeah,
but
you guys,
wow.
you just met
To
me.
that level,
I'm surrounded by Spider-Man
Yeah,
things.
that,
right now.
like-
that is.
I
upteenth
abhor
level.
any kind of like long, drawn out takes of alternate takes of a hero.
You know what it
Or
was for me? You know what? I connected with it. Here's why. Because
One shots are fine, like a joke issue, a what if issue, fine. It's funny, it's cute. But then to do a long series like Peter Porker and buy it, I don't know.
I mean, it was aimed for kids, but it reminded me of Archie, and I loved Archie. Like I grew up reading Archie comic books. I may have learned to read with Archie comic books. It was the Archie of Spider-Man.
I don't. It might have been fine, but I just don't think it should ever exist.
Well, you know what, motherfuckers?
That level.
They're making a sequel to Into the Spider-Verse. They already have a director, and they are making a spin-off that is going to feature the Spider Women
Yeah.
in the
I hate
universe.
this whole.
You don't like this? Yeah, this gets better
More
for Rugby.
Spider-Men. That's what we need. We need more Spider Women. We don't need that. I don't know why people are. I just think people are.
I
dumb.
think people are going to eat that shit up.
All
think people
female
are dumb.
spin-off will center on fan favorite characters like Spider-Gwen, Spider-Woman, Madam Web, Spider-Girl, and Silk, and then there's like a
And
bunch of other
Spider
ones.
Puppet and Spider Dog and
Spider
Spider
Dog.
fucking Meerkat
Hey,
and
is my-
Spider
Spider
Jello,
Is my Spider Waffle
Spider
ready?
Vegetables,
I'm
like
hungry.
Spider Vegan, like everything, just let's get them all in.
I'm Spider Vegan.
Do we have anything that doesn't have a spider on it?
Put it
Okay?
in there.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know what doesn't have a spider on
Spider
it?
Batman. Let's just start going in super meta. Spider Elvis. What? Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Spider Elvis.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Let's put spiders on everything.
You know what doesn't have Spider-Man on it?
What?
Fucking Venom. Venom,
Nice.
dude,
That's a good point.
$823 million worldwide
Unbelievable.
for the fucking Venom. It has now made more money than Wonder Woman and Sam Raimi's first fucking Spider-Man, adjusted for inflation. Whatever that means. It means it probably didn't, but it did. But holy fuck.
Movie's a mess, and it's unbelievable that this movie made this much money.
$123 million.
What a shitty movie that's making so much money. It's just bad. It's just
It's a bad film.
all around.
I watched a review analysis of it on this guy that runs his own YouTube channel. It's called Brown Table.
Yes.
Whoa.
And yeah, he tears into it, and it's pretty good. The analysis. I'm
I
like,
saw a
wow, this
movie
is why.
called Brown Table once. It's not the same thing.
It's probably
No, I don't
about
think-
something else.
Yeah,
I think I can
don't
guess
think
what
it's-
that's
But
about.
yeah, it's Venom is not a good.
As
film.
much as I enjoyed and entertained this movie, it's not $823 million. Good. That's fucking
it's
crazy.
not. It's like, I'll say it again. It's not that film where I'm like mad.
Yeah.
I could be like somewhat entertained in like a bad way. Like,
Yes.
this is so bad it's good.
Yes.
But I mean, overall, it's not a
For
good
me,
film.
it teeters on that so bad it's good. But internationally,
It's there. It's there. That's where it lives.
China's
so bad. it's
China's been eating this up. It's made 211 million domestic, 611 millions.
good. Jesus Christ.
11 millions over international. A lot of that coming from China. They
It should have
fucking
made 400 max.
right. But now they're gonna have Sony has this as a big hit. Into the
Oh,
Spider-Verse is gonna be
they're
another
happy
big hit.
now.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
fucking happy as shit. And then last thing in the news, Anthony Ruggs, breaking news. Refresh your show notes. I just added this. We knew it was coming, sort of. From Deadline, Netflix officially cancels Daredevil.
Oh shit.
Wow.
It's done. It's done, yo.
We're never going to get to see that whole bullseye thing.
They gave us an amazing bullseye and then just pulled the fucking plug. What we have left is now Punisher, Jessica Jones. Both of those, they've been working on the season. So the minute that shit airs,
canceled.
they're canceling us. This is it. Well, that's the last two things we got.
Severing
people.
ties with Marvel.
Yeah, it sounds like that's what's going on. Is they're just severing all
Still,
the ties.
so, and it's hard to hear it about Daredevil because in the back of your mind, you always hope they're like, okay, maybe it's just quality. Maybe they have some, they will keep
Nah.
one. Nope. Cut it.
But the thing about Daredevil is this season ends on a note where, I mean, other than the bullseye tease,
Yes.
it's kind of wrapped up.
Yes.
Like that could be it.
It's almost like they knew this was coming and they had great closure.
There's more to do.
everyone.
I mean, there's definitely more storylines
Yeah.
they could explore, but the way they ended it is like, okay, like if this is the end, this is good.
So if all we have are these 3 seasons, it has a really satisfying ending and a
Yeah,
great,
it's a good 3-season arc.
It's a fucking great 3-season arc, man. Just ignore the Defenders. So
I wonder where it'll live. I mean, like
Disney
Netflix
Plus?
might have it but Disney Plus is supposed to be PG,
Oh,
right?
that's
Or
a good
PG
point. Maybe
13?
it pops up on Hulu to watch.
Yeah, Hulu is they're going to do the
Because
adult
I
shit on
agree,
that.
I wouldn't want to remove this for people who still want to discover it.
I mean, season 3. The more I think about season 3, the more
But
I'm like, that was
Netflix
some good
owns
shit.
that show. They would never give it to Hulu.
Oh fuck, they do own part of it. So
Yeah, I
this
don't know
gets
how that works.
No, that's
complicated.
it. It's going to live on Netflix. That's it.
So it may just live on Netflix forever until they pull it. They pull things all the time until
I don't
they're
know
like,
how
we
that
need
stuff
room
works."
for Stranger Things season 12. You can finally take this shit off the Netflix.
Stranger Things season.
That's what's
12.
gonna happen.
The kids are 45 years old.
Pour one out for Daredevil, homies. It's done. All right, we're gonna take a break, but before roast time, Joey Austin checking in. What's up, Joey?
Hello, listener. Thanks for pressing play on the Jock and Nerd Podcast. On today's show, Tony is actually going to be nice to me. Bong. Wowie zowie. Yeah, probably not, dude. Rugboy, and what's happening, you fucks, has all the news from the movie he just saw
It's got like a
with the
Beavis and
hand
Butthead
of his
reference.
slack hole. Hey, what we have is special. Besides, how the hell else am I going to watch the movie? And also, we have a speak pipe here from the nation, and let me just press it. 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, this is Matt Miller. I just want to let you guys know that I really like anime. Anime's really cool, even though it's been known to make people wet the bed, which I really have a problem with because wetting the bed's actually kind of fun. I wanted to check in on the Star Trek versus Star Wars. I'm more of a Star Trek guy, but Star Trek would be really cool too. We had green chicks you could kiss. You're not really people you can kiss in the Star Wars universe, except maybe like Princess Leia, which is her sister, which is very scary and very fascinating all at the same time. And also, sorry folks, had to be done. Anyway, this is me back. I just want to say this is Joe Austin. I want to say thank you so much for everything you do with this show. No offense to Matt or you guys. I love you guys so much. Have a great show. Congratulations on 200. It's amazing. Thank you.
Oh my
That's
god.
a winner. Winner,
That's a good
winner,
one.
chicken dinner.
Joey Austin, many points. First of all, I love that you did the whole show in like 45 seconds. Fantastic.
He swerved and did a
Amazing.
Matt Miller roast.
That's the best part.
Well done, Joe. We love you too. That was fucking fantastic. I'm really impressed with these so far, guys.
Yeah, so far so good.
So far, so good.
So good.
A high bar has been set. If you suck, and we will probably have to call you out.
Yes.
'Cause we,
Yeah.
we can't just not acknowledge how good these been.
I was nervous, but I'm feeling good. Let's find out what happens after this short break. We're going to take some promos, come back, talk about Creed 2 right after this.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Do you like superheroes? Do you like movies, television shows, and comic books? Do you like listening to a guy rant about these things for hours on end? Well, then you're in luck, because you need to check out Podcapers, the official podcast of A Place to Hang Your Cape. Featuring me, Scott James Merridew, we'll be talking about a variety of geek and nerdy issues, joined each week by a rotating panel of guests that will try to contain me. Jokes on them, I cannot be contained. So please join us on Podcapers, the official podcast of A Place to Hang Your Cape, where superheroes go to relax, but I never do. Cue the music!
Called The Working Man's Nerdist, Tales from the Fandom is a weekly podcast where David talks with a guest about the fandoms that they love. Whether it's classics like Star Trek, Star Wars and Tolkien, or new ones like Game of Thrones or Harry Potter. Anime, books, TV shows, movies, role-playing, video games, cosplay and more are discussed. Each episode is different based on the guest. No fandom is too big or too small. Subscribe to Tales from the Fandom and join in on the fun.
Jock and Nerd.
You guys, we have an awesome fan club. I would highly encourage you to join it if you've been enjoying the show thus far and you want to help out, you want to support, you want to give back, and you want to get bonus content. You got to sign up at jockandnerd.com/Patreon, where there's a whole bonus podcast feed with hours and hours of more silliness and nonsense just for our fan club members. Here's a quick fucking November wrap up. We had a lot of movement this month. It's been amazing. I'm going to say thank you to this week's 2 new patrons and all 8 new patrons for November. We picked up 8 new ones.
8?
8.
Wow.
Yes. Thank you, John Hamper and Michael Pagan.
Hey, shut the fuck up. I'm doing something.
I don't know why I played that. That was Chaz. They signed up new this week. John Hamper, another former co-worker of ours, Anthony.
I know him.
Hamps, thank you, man. Thanks for hooking up. And Michael.
Hamper, good luck to you on your quest to get on Survivor.
He's trying to get on Survivor. They should pick him. He will be fantastic. I will vote for you. And then Michael Pagan, God bless those pagans. Thank you very much. Also, huge thank you to all 8 new patrons joining John Hamper, Michael Pagan, Bryan Goff, Mr. Antihero, Chris Marin, Andy Bolden, Fiddlestyxx Winterbottom III, and Joey Austin. You guys, thanks so much for joining. And thanks you for Lisa.
Thanks you.
I can't talk. I got to thank our favorite Lisa Morrison and Steve Morrison for increasing their pledge this month. Thank you, John Seyfert, for matching everyone.
Unbelievable.
Along the way, like a crazy, awesome patron saint of awesomeness that you are. And finally, this also just happened. Huge thank you to Matthew Lawrence, who's given us a gift for show 250. He increased his Patreon for 1 month to $150.
Whoa.
Just as a gift for 250.
Wow,
He's like
fucking crazy, man.
If it was 250, would have matched the episode.
Well, he did say that. He's like, if I was thinking about it, I should have done 250. But I was like, dude, this is tremendous.
No, I'm
as
just
it is.
kidding.
But he
That's
said the same
amazing.
thing. Fucking whoa, Matthew Lawrence. Thank you to all our patrons that you've been supporting us from the beginning. You guys are amazing.
Unbelievable.
I'm speechless.
Show doesn't cost us money anymore.
No, you guys are producing the show. You're hosting. You guys are all producers. It's amazing.
This mic that I'm on, it's because of you guys.
And this thing now kind of runs itself because of our awesome listeners showing up every week. So if you sign up now, new on the feed since last week, tons of bonus content. We have instant reactions to Creed from all 3 of us, separate files. And that's literally, for mine, it's like me sitting in the parking lot after the movie, recording a couple of minutes of my thoughts on what I thought of the movie.
I did it in the theater bathroom. I don't know if you could tell.
No, oh, really? It did sound a little echoey. I wondered where you were. It was really good acoustics, though.
Shit.
Yeah, it was nice.
Weird people were like, why is there a weird voice talking about the movie in the bathroom?
Who's this guy This guy's talking to his shit. What's going on?
I'm telling my shit how good Creed was.
Yes. Also, 3 bonus clips from last week's episode with Jason Dutch.
Oh, yeah, we got into a nice discussion.
Nice,
with Mr. Jasen.
fat post show. And a new episode of Jock Talk with Chaz, who you just heard. All in all, aside from the show that we put out this week, that's 2 hours and 20 minutes of bonus content. Wow. That's a fucking deal right there. Come on.
$1 a month.
Yippity skippity.
For just $1 a month, you would get 2 hours extra bonus content. That's what we do here at the Jock and Nerd Podcast.
So even though we're on episode 250, we were really on episode 4 million.
Yeah, it's like episode 7043. Joe Rogan has nothing on us.
Yeah.
Visit jockandnerd.com/Patreon. Sign up today. Roast time. Here's Jason Dutch, voice from the underground. 2 of 3 roasts from him.
Now for Imran. So anyway, speaking of crapping yourself, Imran, what the fuck is on your chin? I mean, is that even hair or the Venom symbiote? I mean, when you grew that thing out, did you think it made you look edgy? Sweet fancy Moses.
I'm not doing this to myself.
It makes you look like a love child between Wizzo from the Bozo Show and, well, a female fucking Wizzo. I mean, come on, dude. You host a comic book show, for God's sakes. And your favorite movie is Spider-Man 3. Can you say automatic disqualifier? And on top of that, your voice sounds like a 14-year-old on Whippets who's just discovered it's a free weekend of unscrambled Skinamax.
Yeah!
It's no wonder that your first date was with a fucking mannequin you stole from Zayre's department store in 91.
Oh shit, it's Zayre's.
And lastly, what's with the vaping, man? It's one thing to smoke robot dicks. I mean, sure, I like a good robot dick here and again too, but take a breath of oxygen once in a while or you're never going to beat me in a rap battle. All right, enough of this guy. And on to everyone's least favorite Twitter troll, Rugboy.
Oh, I think we're going to have to wait for that one.
I couldn't even make a sound through that because I was doing the kind of laugh where you can't make a sound.
Yeah.
He was going so hard at Imran.
Well done.
Way harder
well
than
done.
Imran.
Yeah.
I do look like Wizzo. Listen, I have a skin disorder. I don't find this funny at all. My
you
hair,
went a little hard.
I'm so offended. My hair, I have vitiligo, motherfuckers. I can't control this.
The Venom symbiote growing on your face.
That's pretty good.
It got me. Yeah, that
the
was good.
Jesus Christ.
Zare's comment, if you are from Chicago, old school, you know what that is. It was a department store back in the day that's no longer around. And I haven't heard anyone mention fucking Zare's in years.
In a year.
Imran has lost his ability to talk.
I cannot put words.
Let the symbiote out.
Together. Everyone let the symbiote out. Eddie, you're a bit of a loser, Imran. I'm glad I'm
Let
with you.
Ermin come out.
Ermin.
Can Ermin take over the rest of the show?
Let your symbiote speak.
Hi, guys. Ermin here.
Ermin the German.
Ermin the German.
Oh, shit.
I am here to host the podcast.
Well done. So far, so good, man. These have been rocking. Let's get to our Creed 2 spoiler review. Here's your spoiler alert.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
Creed 2, Rocky 8, whatever you want to call this fucking movie. The 8th movie in the Rocky franchise on Rotten Tomatoes, 81%, 6.9 out of 10.
Nice score.
Not bad. Very nice score. Box office wise, this movie was made for $50 million. Opening weekend, it made $35 million. And finishes right now, it's sitting at $62 million. But it opened the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So that whole stretch, it made $55 million.
Good.
So that's not bad. It's made its whole his money back for.
It'll do well.
I think it will do well. I think this movie will have legs.
Yeah.
This one not directed by Ryan Coogler.
Right.
Who's done the fantastic Fruitvale Station, First Creed, Black Panther. Directed by Stephen Capel Jr. And written by Chio Hadari Coker, who was the showrunner on Luke Cage. Ryan Coogler wrote some on this, and Sylvester Stallone also helped in on the screenplay. Starring Michael B. Jordan as Adonis Johnson, Sylvester Stallone, Tessa Thompson, Felicia Rashad coming back, Dolph Lundgren bringing back Ivan Drago, Florian Montaño, who I guess is a boxer, Big Nasty.
Yeah, on IG's Big Nasty.
Okay, we'll get to that. Playing his son, Victor Drago, and Milo Ventimiglia also returning as Rocky's son, Robert.
What about Bridget Nielsen?
And Brigitte Nielsen in an amazing cameo.
Foofy.
As Ludmilla Drago, his wife. Before we move on, Ruggs, Anthony, let me ask you this. Brigitte Nielsen in this movie, how old do you think she is from the way she appeared?
70.
She's 55 years old.
Oh, shit.
Get the fuck out of there.
Dude, click,
Yeah,
right?
she's looking beat up.
Click her name. She was born in 1963. She's 55 years old. Unbelievable.
Wow. Holy shit.
So she must have been like 19 in fucking Rocky 4 or some shit.
No, she wasn't. She was, how old is she?
55.
So she's probably
20s.
She was in her 20s.
Late
Yeah.
20s.
Yeah, early 20s.
So, right? Isn't that crazy?
She hit the wall.
I don't know what happened.
She's hit the wall.
I think that can't be right.
I'm shocked. I double checked this. I was like, there's no way she's fucking 55 years old.
She was 22.
Wow, she was 22. Wow.
21, 22.
Man.
But,
anyways.
when did Rocky 4 come out? In the 80s?
85.
So that's like, there's no way. This was 40 years ago.
Not 40 years ago.
30
some odd years ago.
33?
That's about right. And that would be 55.
Yeah.
She's 22. Right? Isn't that crazy?
She does look
I'm fucking 42. And
she's looked like that, though, for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think she was like a model. So your modeling career when you started at like 16, it's a rough fucking career.
She was on the Surreal Life and dating fucking Flavor Flav.
Oh, I remember that. She was crazy on that show.
Yeah.
That's where that's from. Yes, she was a fucking nut job on that show.
It's unbelievable how much she's aged.
I can't. I'm sorry.
Her skin looks beat the fuck
I could
up.
not believe she's
There are
only
so many
55.
other 55-year-old women that are way. I mean, even Diane Lane, who was like, still looks better than Brigitte
Diane
Nielsen.
Lane. What the fuck? What's the girl's name? The Spider-Man aunt.
Marissa Tomei.
Marissa Tomei. What is she? How
Oh,
old is she?
fucking May from Shield There you go.
Oh, Ming Na Wen. We talked about last week. She's Asian. She's 50.
Marissa Tomei is 53 years old.
Oh my God. Like. That's how you should look at 55 or 50 in your mid 50s.
I don't know how you're supposed to look, but
not like Brigitte Nielsen.
She looks older.
Anyways, back to Creed, the movie that
I mean, Imran, you look 72.
I do look like I'm 84.
Wow.
76. I'm 35 years old. I've just been smoking a lot. Creed 2, Rocky 8, whatever you want to call it. Also, I love that the first Rocky movie came out the year I was born. I'm the same age as Rocky. Let's get your opening thoughts, fellas. Anthony, I know you're a big Rocky fan. And look, for 250, it only took us, 3.5 years to talk about a fucking sports movie on the Jock and Nerd Podcast?
Let's do it.
Yeah, we finally, and it's kind of like a superhero thing, but tell us what you were feeling after this movie ended.
I'm a big Rocky fan.
Yeah.
Rocky is, every Rocky film I enjoy, even like 4 and 5, which are considered the 2 of the worst.
Yeah.
I love those movies.
Yeah.
I love all of them. Big part of my childhood, definitely all the feels watching those movies. Every time I watched those films, I was like, as a kid, I was like, man, I want to become a boxer.
Yeah.
I want to be Rocky. And he was like one of my heroes. When Creed came out, I was like, man, I don't really know if I want to see a Creed movie. And Creed did what it did. It surprised everybody. It was a fantastic film. And then the Creed 2, they announced that, and they're like, there's like 2 things right away. I'm like, okay, 3 things. They're making a sequel. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Creed, how are you going to top Creed? Secondly, oh, fuck, Coogler's out. Damn it. Third thing, we're going to do Ivan Drago's son fights Apollo Creed's son in this fight. And it's like, okay, Rocky 4 is the most cartoony film of all the Rocky films, and you're tackling the storyline that like is just like pure cartoon.
Yeah.
It's just pure
over
like
the top.
It's over the top.
Yeah.
It's the bringing back the whole like USA versus Russia thing. I'm like, this is way too gimmicky. This film, I'm worried about this film.
Yeah.
And I got to say, after coming out of Creed 2, I was like, they fucking nailed it. I don't think it's better than Creed at all.
Yeah.
But it is, in my opinion, nostalgia done right. It hits all the right tones. It tackles a really gimmicky subject matter and actually weaves it into a storyline that can be played up seriously and like hits notes that you wouldn't expect. Like the Drago stuff was fucking awesome. So yeah, I loved it. I was goosebumps. I mean, there's a part in the movie towards the final fight where the Rocky theme hits, and I was just legit goosebumps.
Throw your hands up in the air at any point in the theater?
I mean, I was right? I was watching with a friend, and the fight scenes were just like so brutal. She was literally like weaving back and forth. So was I. Like this was like a fucking real boxing match. It was awesome. I loved it.
Right on. Ruggs, opening thoughts. What'd you think coming out of it?
I love the Rocky movies, obviously. One of the things I love about the Rocky movies, especially the first 3, is that they were so dense and rich.
Yeah.
I mean, any of those movies could be mined for like, how to live your life or inspirational and like,
a lot of lessons.
There's just so much packed in there.
Yeah.
With, hardships and taking a chance and believing in yourself and
family.
Yes, and all of that stuff. So these Rocky movies, especially the first 3, are so dense, and they transcend any kind of like box office like blockbuster movies. They transcend a lot of things. Otherwise, I mean, people try and clown Rocky all the time, make fun of the movie because it's like a white guy who beats up a black guy and in some kind of like a wish fulfillment or something. But I think that if you look past that and you just see it it's a movie about kind of wrestling with your demons and becoming something, they're great. Yes. And that's what I loved about Creed. Creed had that same density.
Same thing. Yeah. Yep.
Creed had that same depth where you can really mine that movie and see it multiple times and kind of get more out of it. And the way Ryan Coogler directed it, these one-shot fight scenes that were like unique.
Amazing. Yeah.
This I feel like was the guy who came in, I guess Stallone must have manhandled him or something, because it was like some of these shots were right out of Rocky movies. Like a lot of them are Rocky 3 and 4, like all the way. Like the way the camera is looking up into the ring from the sidelines and then all of a sudden it's going in. It's exactly like how Stallone would direct a movie or
He had a big part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could see his fingerprints all over the fight and everything. So I felt like, all right, well, we're back to like Stallone in control here, which I didn't hate, but I was just like, oh, well, that doesn't make it as unique as Creed.
Right.
Creed was more visionary, I believe.
Yep.
So this was kind of like less risky. It was more like going back to the formula that they've used in the past.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy it. It was very good. I feel like that some of the stuff could have been fleshed out a little bit better, and I feel like Drago didn't get his due really as much as he should have. I mean, they touched on him, but like you really never heard Drago Jr. say anything except for one scene. He had like one sentence
in English. So yeah, it was mostly Russian,
and that was it.
Yeah.
So I would have liked maybe a little bit more of that, and a little bit more with his son, and seeing how that went a little bit more. But overall, I came out of the theater very happy with the movie, and I thought it was very good. I wasn't as good as Creed, and wasn't as good as some of the other Rocky movies, but it's definitely belongs up there with the rest of them. It proved itself.
Yeah,
absolutely. The same way, guys. I grew up. I love Rocky. I grew up, and my introduction.
You liked Rocky?
I did love Rocky because my introduction to Rocky was Rocky IV in 1985. So I would have been like 9 years old, and it was because of the
Rocky
fact.
IV is like the best movie as a kid.
Exactly. That was the movie I saw as a kid. Over the top fucking, you have James Brown with an incredible performance in The Thing, and, good versus bad at the height of the Cold War. That got me in. And then when I watched Rocky, I was like, holy shit, there's like two Rockies. There's the very gritty, realistic take on Rocky, and then there's just this complete cartoony, over the top fucking Rocky where he's almost a superhero. I like both sides of that. So this movie, I thought they did like how Creed was like the first Rocky, like you mentioned, Anthony, layered, textured, deep. Creed 2 is like Rocky 3 and 4, where they literally pull a lot of it's kind of like Force Awakens. This was the best hits of Rocky. Yeah. But despite the fact that Ryan Coogler's camera work is so fucking poetic and artistic and meaningful, and this was kind of formulaic, but it gave you everything you want in a Rocky movie. Fucking training montages, getting defeated, comeback, redemption, family, solid fucking Rocky boxing movie. So at the end, I was entertained. It's very predictable, and in the beginning of the movie, you can call exactly what's going to happen. But at the same time, I enjoyed watching it happen. And the very end,
was there any surprises for you here?
The end kind of surprised me a little bit, but it was exactly what I thought would happen the minute Rocky said he's not going to train him. But I came out of this and it was a great movie. Again, just like you guys, not as good as the first Creed, but a really good entry into the Rocky franchise. Before we continue, yes.
Oh, I was going to answer his question, but we can wait till after.
I got to burn a roast before you answer his question. Here is Seth Morgan roast.
Hey guys, it's Seth Morgan, everybody's favorite schizophrenic. I was reading Tony's last name online the other day, and I couldn't quite figure out how to pronounce it. Is it Kozichak, Kurtzik? I have no idea.
You can hurt yourself,
it's unpronounceable. The thought occurred to me. I wonder if Imran has ever tried to get him to pronounce it backwards and send him back to the dimension of know-it-all douchebags where he comes from. Speaking of Imran, I was watching video of him the other day with vapor coming out of his nose and mouth. I got scared. I just assumed he figured out how bad the podcast is and decided to lock himself in the garage with the car running and the door locked. Looking at Rugboy, it's hard to believe that you can have a man's hand shoved all the way up his slack hole and he can still speak so eloquently. I know when I've got a man's hand back there, all I can manage is a few muffled whimpers through the leather belt clenched in my teeth. We've been having trouble with stray cats in my neighborhood, mating and howling and all hours of the morning. It's been terrible. Finally, I got the idea. I decided to crank out episodes of the Jock and Nerd podcast, and sure enough, all the cats ran away. Unfortunately, I got a signed petition the next day from the neighbors saying they'd rather listen to cats fucking than whenever that shit was I was playing through my speakers at 2 a.m. All right, guys. Good luck.
Jock and Nerd.
I like the way he says neighborhood.
Neighborhood. I got cats in the neighborhood.
Got cats in his neighborhood.
Yeah.
The neighborhood.
And how do we know that's a man's hand up Rugboy slack hole? It could be a woman's hand.
Yeah.
Right? We don't know.
It has been a few times.
Should not assume things, Seth Morgan.
He's figured it out all along, and everyone else here is just an idiot.
That's possible.
He's figured out the game of life.
Who's Seth Morgan?
No.
Oh, Rugboy?
Yeah, he's got a woman's hand up his ass.
That's what you want. Ding, ding, ding. Yes.
That's right.
That is the goal of life for everyone, isn't it? Get a woman's hand up your asshole.
Let me answer Ruggs' question.
Yes.
Because this is going to lead into my next point.
Yeah.
It is super formulaic. It's literally the greatest hits from 2, 3, and 4. 2 with the kid.
Baby, yeah.
The baby.
Proposal.
Proposal. Yeah, 3, he gets beat by the guy in the first fight and then comes back.
Yep.
4, because it's fucking Ivan Drago's son.
Yep.
The only surprise I really had, and I loved it, and I agree with you, Ruggs, I wish we would have seen more of it, is the depth they added to Ivan Drago's character, because he's pretty one note in Rocky 4. And in this one, it's like he's got this like grudge. He's like, Russia left him. Like, this fight left him broken.
Yeah, it destroyed his life.
Yeah, well, that was great for him. He got a lot of depth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I liked that, like, he passed that along to his son, and his son was now living with we need to bring the family back.
He's basically like the vessel. He's channeling Drago.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of a crazy move, but then you have that character doesn't have anything for himself. So it's a decision that they made, obviously. But I was just like wondering, like, what about Victor? What's his deal?
Well, the one thing I did like about Victor, and actually I think he did a good job acting with like his facial expressions. But I liked that in the scene where they are in front of the Russian people and in front of the Russian
in that party,
the dignitaries, and his wife and his mom comes back, and he's just like he gets out of there. He's like, "Why? These are the people that abandoned you.
Yeah.
Why are we here? Like, what
why
is
do
this?
you care about what they think?"
And I loved like, even at the end, spoiler alert, but like the fact that Drago is the one that throws in the towel, and he realizes that like the relationship with his son is more important than impressing these people that don't give a fuck about him.
He finally
they left, right? So
his wife leaves in the middle of the fight, and he's like, "Fuck this guy."
That's great. That's a great moment because it sucks the life out of the Drago.
Yes.
Yeah. Both
they
characters.
completely deflate and they lose all. You could feel the spirit leaving them of wanting to do this. So it is poignant. It does have power.
When they leave, they realize, like, why are we even doing this? Like, these people are going to turn on us in a moment's notice.
That's
like,
what it took.
And like, it makes that final fight almost like you don't want to see either of those men get beat up.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
What do you think in the Rocky world happens to Drago now?
Which Ivan or Victor? Or both
of them. I mean, they're tied together.
I mean, they've obviously shown that they're capable boxers. Is it over?
I think they get shunned back to Ukraine, and then I think his son probably remains a capable boxer. I think they actually become better for it.
Well, you saw that little shot of them running together.
Yeah,
and how
there's a shot of them running. But because prior to that, he was running. There's a scene where he's running, and then he stops the car. And he's like, "When I tell you to run faster, you run faster."
Dude,
like he's working him like a dog.
He was so rough on Victor. He's like, "It's your fault. Your mom left. You are an embarrassment to the country." I was like, "Holy fuck, dude! He's going hard." And I could have used a little bit more on Victor Drago, but I also kind of liked the fact that he was just this force. Fucking the guy was so tall and so powerful. He was just huge, and the way they shot those hits, Anthony, I was wincing. Like, the hits are filmed very well. I thought
the rib breaks are fucking.
When you heard the rib break, I was wincing every time.
I wondered that. I don't think this is gonna sound like really masochistic, but I don't think that Creed took enough of a beating that first time around.
The first time
I feel like he just got a broken rib and then he was done in like 2 weeks.
The first time put him in the hospital, though, pretty good.
His face was fucked up.
His face was fucked up.
Remember how Rocky's face used to get like just mangled?
Bulgy. Yeah.
I mean,
they used to mangle it. I think Michael B. Jordan has gotten to the point where he's so pretty that they're like, we can't mess this up.
Not the face, boys.
I mean, he is the star of this generation right now.
I mean, from where he came from in the first movie and then to now to see where he is, like
coming off of Black Panther.
Yeah, and Creed was Coogler's second movie, and this is Stephen Capel's Jr.'s second feature.
I got a couple criticisms. But I got one right off the bat because we're on the Drago thing.
Yeah.
when Drago and Rocky are in the restaurant together, first off, I was like, oh,
that was great.
This is fucking awesome.
Meeting, dude, me
and
too.
I was like, I wish we would have had more interplay between Drago and
I heard
Rocky.
that there were scenes that they shot that they didn't use.
Oh, that would have been
Someone
great.
was telling me that there was a shot of them like punching each other.
Oh, that they actually got into it?
I would have loved to just seen them fucking go at it back and forth and banter and like that's I've been waiting to see Drago and Rocky back on screen together. I feel like Rocky didn't have a shit ton to do. That was my only other criticism.
Oh, in this one?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there was a lot.
Like the first one, the Creed one, he's like battling cancer and like Creed is his inspiration to battle. This one, he's like, we need you. He's
trying to get his light fixed. That was his main.
That's all. That's all. He's
trying to get the fucking light fixed.
Another thing is, I never understood why him and his son had a falling out because
they don't explain.
They were in Rocky Balboa.
They were great.
They ended on a good note.
They were.
Yeah. I don't understand why that. Yeah, like they did. I mean, it makes sense. I guess they wanted to do that for Creed, but I would have liked to have seen. Okay, now we're in Creed 2. Let's flesh that out.
That there should be a reason, and they should be.
The movie does jump over lots of things. Like, for example, the very beginning, it jumps to his final heavyweight, fight. There's 3 great fights in the movie, but now you're at we start out with him winning the belt, and you see his record. It's like 23-1.
It just boggles my mind that they get Milo Ventimiglia to show up.
For like 5 seconds at the end of the movie.
Yeah, and that's it. I'm like, you could have done. You have him for the day.
Yeah.
Let's get some of this closure.
Let's do some stuff.
Because Stallone is probably going to croak, before they make another one, or maybe not. Who knows? But
Actually,
done.
He put out an Instagram post today saying he was done.
I have this video. I'll play it for you a little bit later. It's actually quite poignant, and you hear it from him, kind of what he's saying.
It's kind of sad for me.
It is a little bit sad, but at the same time, there was nice closure. It's just weird that this thing has closure to Rocky 4 of all fucking things. It kind of completes that. But
I mean, it's crazy to me, and I'm still amazed that this is a franchise I didn't even know I wanted.
Right. We didn't know
when Rocky
Creed.
Balboa ended, I was like, okay, we're good. Like you saw the old man box. We don't need to see him do anything else. And then they make a Creed movie with Rocky in it, and I'm like, holy fuck! They figured out a way to continue this Rocky series and have all those moments, but with a different guy.
I mean, a lot of this also reminds me of Cobra Kai, what that's done for Karate Kid.
I've heard a lot of comparisons.
And
to
it's
Cobra
the
Kai.
same thing. It's the next generation. You pay respect to the
Planet of the Apes, too.
Planet of the Apes is the same way. Cobra Kai is amazing. I mean, even it is like a shared universe because you're watching clips from Rocky 4 like on TV as it's news footage, and they're like it's really cool how they mix it together.
Do you think that these movies are better than the old Rocky movie?
I think Creed is up there with the first Rocky.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
I think Rocky. Obviously, Rocky's the first.
Yeah.
So you can't make it better because Creed's drawing inspiration for Rocky.
Right.
They're hitting a lot of the same notes.
Right.
But I think Creed can hang with those. This one belongs in the Rocky family. It's better than like Rocky 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a solid Rocky film.
I'm just wondering if they could make movies like they used to. For some reason, they don't, because I guess international audiences and stuff like that, they got to kind of
times are different.
Keep it moving, keep it brisk.
Yeah.
Well, this one kind of is like a throwback to those 80s films.
Yeah.
I feel like. I was gonna ask you guys, since you guys are the 80s buffs, and we can get back to Rocky in a second, but like, what other 80s films do you think they could spin in like this way?
Oh, then reboot and shit.
Like semi-reboot,
man.
like take a side character, like they've done with Cobra Kai, Planet of the Apes, and now Rocky.
Oh, that's
I don't even know.
Back to the Future.
Question.
Ferris Bueller's Day. Like, could they take like a side character?
Or do I want to see their kids now dealing with the Back to the Future being time travel? You could do something with the kids because it was always about, Doc was like, it's your kids, Marty. They're in trouble. Like, but I don't know if I don't know. What, Michael J. Fox?
I think they should leave Back to the Future alone.
Definitely should.
See, the reason why Creed works is because Stallone's involved.
Yes.
Right.
So the main creative force behind this kind of phenomenon is still involved. And that gives it credibility. So
he's played this character for 40 years.
You need something where that same thing will happen.
Yeah.
Where you can pass the mantle off.
Like Planet of the Apes is kind of more like a reboot than anything.
It's not a continuation of like the same. This is all in the same universe,
But if you want to like kind of give life to something, they tried to do that with Indiana Jones, where they kind of passed the baton to Shia LaBeouf.
That didn't work.
No one wanted that baton. No one wanted him to have that baton.
No.
If they found the right guy,
yes,
they could probably do it.
That's a great question, though. I don't know what other stuff you could do.
Well, talk about it on the Nation.
Yes. Let us know if you have any ideas. Look, the whole thing about Adani fighting the guy who's the son of the guy that killed his dad is fucking amazing. Like, there's so much deep layer in there. I wanted to get back to the throwing in the towel thing for a second because that, you know, and also you remember how Rocky didn't do that. Had Rocky done that, you know.
Rocky didn't do that. And then in this fight, they didn't do it. In the first fight.
In the first one, Duke didn't do it. And I love also that Duke's there being the son of the old trainer. But that was the only surprising thing. Everything, the minute Rocky said he's not going to train Adonis for the fight, I was like, oh, I know what's going to happen. He's going to fight, he's going to lose, Rock's going to come back, and then they're going to win. But I didn't know if he was going to get a clean victory. You know, there was the disqualification, and then for fucking Drago to grab the towel when he did, that surprise. I was like, oh shit, wow, that like just changed the meaning of everything, and it was it was really good.
It was better than the knockout.
Yes, it's better than the clean knockout.
Do you think they make another movie?
I hope they're done. Stallone said he's done.
Who would he fight though?
I don't want to see it. Like I'm too afraid that they're gonna fuck this up. This is already they've already taken a step too far and they got lucky
Mr.
with
T's
this one.
son.
Well, they said Mr. Clubber Lang almost would have been in the movie. He thought about it. Would you fight Mr. T's son? Mr. T's fucking crazy now. You can't get him in a movie.
Don't do now you're gonna run too gimmicky. I already thought they were too gimmicky with Drago's son, but it ended up working out.
But they took something cartoony and kind of gave it some gravitas and made it gritty, and it totally worked. I thought the guy cut away from the fight a little bit too much for me, because I went back and I watched Creed again. Like, I kind of skimmed through it, and just the way Ryan Coogler just sits the camera on the fight, and it's kind of like you're hovering. You're the ref. You're in the ring. It's so well done. And the choreography is amazing. They kept
I don't
cutting
mind
too
the way
much.
that they did it in this movie. It just screamed to me like Stallone the whole time.
It's like literally like Stallone telling him where to put the camera. Shoot this. Here's your shot.
I mean, he wrote most of the film. Yeah. He produced it. I mean, it's a Stallone. It was Stallone's band. He was the one that's like, we're doing another one.
And I don't mind that. It just seems, as I said, there's a formulaic quality to it.
Definitely.
that and when you're doing so many things that are like callbacks to other movies, the originality kind of suffers a little bit, but I don't mind it. I just was like, if I'm going to rate it next to the other movies and where does it stack? You can't just be like, oh, I love this movie and it's, you know, like, no, you have to acknowledge that there's some obvious, help it has by kind of aping other things.
Well, I mean, I think the formulaic worked in this sense because of the nostalgia play, and it's something like it is comfortable, it's comforting. This is the Rocky movie you want to see. Like Force Awakens tried that, but I didn't really feel the same way with Force Awakens. With this, it's like, yes, you're showing me everything again, but I love it
because it didn't do anything that ruined the franchise.
Correct. That's the big thing. They respected it and enhanced it.
It does ignore some glaring things like what's the deal with your son? The son's Rocky's son and Drago's son, they get no explanation of anything.
I mean, I felt bad for Ivan Drago and Victor Drago's character, and then I felt bad for Rock. You know, he's trying to connect. I love how
imagine the next Creed movie is Rocky's son deciding that he wants to box and he wants to
fight
Creed.
Adonis.
Creed, oh my god! Here's the thing though about this film. My only other criticism is with Rock. Like, there really isn't a reason why this exists. Like, so Rocky 2 happens. And he fights Apollo again because Apollo's like, fuck, man, like my pride, like everyone thinks you won. I'm going to fucking bait you out of retirement. And Rocky's like, I need the money. Like, let's fucking do it. Like, we need to do it. Whereas in this one, we accelerate to Creed. Like at the end of Creed, it was established that it didn't matter that he won or lost. It was the fact that he finally was able to step into his shoes and become a man. Like this was, he was now living his own legacy.
Yes, away from the Creed legacy.
But and like it didn't matter the win or loss. And now for this one, you accelerate it 3 years and he's the champion.
Yeah.
So you miss all of that journey.
Yes.
And that journey, I don't know if that like, yes, like you make him the champion, like that's kind of cool, but I don't think that was important to the story. Like you don't need him to be the champion. He doesn't need to be the greatest boxer ever. That was proven in the first Creed. It's just it was proven that he's his own person.
But
so you have to do some mental gymnastics to now be like, okay, now he's the champ, and the reason he's now that he's the champ, that's the reason Drago is going to come and fight him. Like you had to do a lot of mental again gymnastics to get there.
Yeah, you had to leap with them there.
Right. You had to be like, okay, now he's this. Not only he's this unsung hero, he's going to become the champ, like just like Rocky.
Yeah,
like that's a lot to take in.
They made an effort to try and get you to believe it, but it wasn't quite enough to like really like be satisfied with it. You're like, okay, I'm going with it. I'm along, but like you still feel like that there could have been a little bit more.
Yeah, that's
how long was the movie? What's the running time?
It's like 2 hours 10.
2 hours.
2 hours 10 minutes. 2 hours.
It felt like it was less. Wow. Okay. I felt it was like under 2 hours.
Oh, I see. I felt like I was in the movie theater for a while.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a lot of quiet moments for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of in between. I will say this movie does have emotion. It does have heart. I listened to your instant reaction, Anthony, and I almost teared up several times. I'll tell you the first time.
During my instant reaction?
Well, you were telling me I didn't tear up during your instant reaction.
Oh my God.
Watching the movie. But I cried at like, oh my God, Anthony. No, you like how you I'll tell you exactly where and why. What got me was when Donnie's fighting Drago the first time and Rock's watching it on TV. And he's talking to the fucking TV and trying to and then he sees him go down and not move, just like Apollo. And he turns the TV off. I was like, oh, fuck. And then when he shows up at the hospital and Adonis is mad at him, that I almost started fucking tearing up. I was like, oh, man, Rock came all the way out here. And he feels so bad. He should have been there for him to not get killed. And then at the end, when they play the music, that's a great moment.
For me, the moments that make me like oh, is whenever they have him talking to the graves, because
that's great too.
Like Rocky talking to Adrian and Paulie, and then Creed later talking to like Apollo. Like, you can imagine someone doing that, and also those characters that are dead in those graves. So you're thinking back about, oh fuck, those characters are dead in this universe.
You were related to them, like
right.
you know them
fuck,
just
man.
as well.
So yeah, those are the scenes where I'm like, oh man, this is rough. They do a good job, man. Stallone.
I got choked up about when he was gonna see if his daughter was deaf or not.
Yes, that had
nothing to do with like anything else. That was a moment that was unique. That's probably the most unique moment in the movie.
Yeah,
where he's dealing with maybe his kid's gonna be deaf.
Yeah,
and his wife is gonna be deaf, and that's kind of like a thing that they don't really get into that much. I mean, they do, but how they gonna accept it? How it's gonna move on? You just think, okay, he's gonna make it through no matter what. But that was really touching.
Overcoming.
I can imagine that being very touching for anyone that's like had kids recently or anything like that.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's the first concern for anybody.
Yeah, but I mean, that's Rocky, man, overcoming hardship.
But yeah, that's the series in a nutshell. It's not even about. I mean, the fights are awesome.
It's not about boxing,
but it's about dealing with like the shit that every human has to deal with that no one wants to talk about.
Yep.
Like the first Rocky film is about this dumb dude who's really like worked a ton of side jobs and catches a fucking big break. And like, what are you going to do with that break?
Yeah.
Like he wins, he basically, it's about a dumbass that wins a lotto.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, well, what are you going to do with this? What
kind of a man are you going to be? What kind of boxer are you going to be?
How are you going to handle this?
It's always about finding yourself.
In your life.
Yeah.
And he's going for like this shy girl.
Yeah.
That has this brother that's, a drunk, alcoholic brother that beats up his own sister.
Yeah.
None of these things are like Hollywood. This is all like real shit that most people, a lot of people actually deal with.
And I mean, this is like Stallone coming out of nowhere to write, direct, and star and win the best fucking picture over like Network and All the President's Men in 1976. And the movie still holds up today.
Think about it. How many people like Rocky more? I mean, Network is a great movie, and All the President's Men is a great movie, but is it on heavy rotation like Rocky?
Not like Rocky.
Is it like the go-to film? Like, we had a rule in our house. If Rocky was on, we watched it.
Absolutely.
If it was on Channel 11, if it was on TNT or whatever, we're like, dude, leave it on.
I remember watching Rocky, all the Rockies, whenever they would air on TV. You just let it play. I mean,
here's the thing about Rocky. Just one more point on the Rocky series as a whole.
Yeah.
The Rocky series is so fucking crazy in that Joe Frazier, I'm sure you've heard of him, big time boxer from Philadelphia.
I was going to bring this up.
One of the best boxers of all time. The man that has a statue in Philadelphia is fucking Rocky.
A fictional white boxer.
Character.
I was
not the man that was actually Rocky in real life.
Oh my God.
But Rocky, the fictional character.
Every time I see that Rocky statue, I can think of one thing. I don't know if you guys have heard the Bill Burr rant in Philadelphia. Anthony, have you heard this? You have to look this up. So Bill Burr's doing stand-up in Philadelphia. The crowd is booing him. They start heckling him, right? What happens next is an amazing piece of crowd work. In the next like 10, 20 minutes, he fucking insults the whole town of Philly so hardcore. And one of the lines in there, he's like, you are so racist that you have a good black boxer, but there's a statue of a fictional white boxer up, you motherfuckers. He fucking destroys Philadelphia. And by the end of it, he has turned the crowd. They are cheering and hollering, and they fucking love Bill Burr, and he just destroyed them for 20 minutes. It's like the fucking best clip ever. Bill Burr's a genius. But that's what I think
He does that
about.
all the time.
He's so good at that, too. But every time I see that Rocky statue, that's what I think about.
I mean, Stallone made Rocky an icon.
To the point where people go to the stairs and go and throw their
And
fists
run
in
up
the
the
air
thing,
and
yeah.
run
Now,
up.
is there another boxing movie that comes close to?
I go to Raging Bull right away.
Raging Bull, yeah.
There's what's the other ones? There's the one Mark Wahlberg, right?
Which one is that? Mark Wahlberg.
We'll get into some other of our favorite sports movies in news from the nation.
The Fighter.
Oh, there's the fighter. There's the wrestler.
That's about Mickey Ward. It's
There's $1 Million Baby. That's about boxing.
Yeah,
$1 Million Baby, and then
But
there's
nothing like Rocky.
Russell Crowe was in one. I forgot what the other one was. None of them are as memorable as Rocky.
No,
That's what
they're
I'm trying
not.
to say.
What you got?
He made the boxing movie, and it's still going with these.
What do you guys think of Tessa Thompson as Bianca?
She's fine.
Yeah, she was good.
Yeah,
I like.
I liked that they had her come out and sing his entrance.
Oh, that was fucking great, dude. That's what. Okay, so that entrance was fantastic. I was like, that's fucking dope. Very powerful. I love that training montage in the desert. Kind of again a flip from Rocky 4, where Rocky's training in the forest and Drago's
Is
got
it
all the
this
machines.
movie or the other one where Rocky makes him chase a chicken and he just
Both
gets
of
it in
them.
2 seconds?
They're both. He does it in Creed.
Yeah.
Creed, he catches it real quick.
Yeah, he makes him get it in Creed. But
here's another. Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
No. Anthony, have you seen some of these training things? Like when they put their
I've seen 'em
foot
all.
in the tire.
Yeah, that's for.
I've never seen it. That was
that's for
interesting.
in the pocket boxing.
So you stay close. So you teach
so
you
the
to
whole
stay
strategy
close.
behind it was they wanted him to stay close because Drago was so long.
His fucking
Yeah,
reach.
he's
You
got
got
long
him.
arms.
You got to get him on the
Can't do as
inside.
much damage.
Yeah, you got to get on the inside. All that with the medicine ball to the stomach, like him doing like the CrossFit sled pulls. I thought that was a great fucking training montage.
Another thing I liked, Creed did it better, but this one does it as a pretty solid job. Is they do a good job of with the score of mixing in like this urban Philly hip hop.
I did like the music, yeah,
with the Rocky, like the epic Rocky stuff.
with the score.
That was very good.
Yeah,
yeah.
I really did think they did a great job.
I wish there was a little bit more of that music.
Which one?
The Rocky music.
I think there was just enough.
There was just one time. It was only the one time.
My favorite one is like that. It's not the Rocky song, but it's the it's the one with the horns and the violins where where they're in the ring.
Oh,
that's the great one.
It's a quieter.
I think it's called the Final Countdown or something, or the final.
The final count. That's not that one.
Eye of the Tiger. No.
Dude, that was the other thing.
That's a good one. Yeah.
When I was a kid, I fucking loved Eye of the Tiger so much. Like it just at the end of that movie, it gets you so fucking pumped up.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, Rocky 4 Hearts on Fire is fucking awesome. You got to listen to that when he's training in the fucking blizzard or in the Russian snow, and they play Hearts on Fire. Oh my god, that Rocky is like so good.
No Easy Way Out is also very good.
No Easy Way Out is all. Rocky 4 has some great fucking music.
I mean I love the J Living in America. Like that thing was huge.
But this one, like when he gets up off the corner and like he's finally like rocked him a little bit, and they play the dun 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 like the Rocky music. I'm like, oh my god. They did it again.
Although
this is awesome.
He did come back really quickly in that last fight, like from being completely down and out. All of a sudden, he's fucking back and knocking fucking.
I mean,
Drago
it's a
out.
movie.
It's
if you watch the Rocky films, none like those fights are not realistic at all. They would stop those fights after like 2 knockdowns.
That's the thing. These fights are so much more violent than what actual boxing is. And it's just
boxing is boring if you watch
Right.
this.
It kind of is.
Like,
It's a
more
long,
dramatic
drawn out fucking thing.
Obviously they've choreographed.
I mean, the hits were so good.
When Mike Tyson in his prime would just drop a dude in 3 seconds.
Right. It would be 30-second matches and you'd be done. I think it's time for a roast before we rank this or talk some more. Matthew Lawrence, our benefactor, just talked about him, giving us a gift for $250. Here's his roast.
Hi guys, Matthew James here. I just wanted to talk to you about a few things I thought of this week. First off, Aquaman comes out 1 week early to Amazon Prime customers. It's pretty cool. I'm done. I'm not going to do that to you guys. Anyways, this is Matthew James Lawrence, and I just want to let you know that I love the show. Happy 250. I can't believe you made it this far. 250 episodes. Anthony, give or take 225-ish, let's say. But anyways, happy 250. I love the show. Even if I do listen to it a week after I've already heard everything else from other podcasts, I still love the show, and I still come back for more. I know that this is supposed to be a roast recording, but I can't do that to you guys. It would be too easy.
Wow.
It would be too easy to talk about meaningless things like the Jock and the fact that he doesn't play sports and sucks at fantasy football. He's 1-11? Or to talk about Rugboy, the puppet that nobody actually sees. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to say those things. Those are mean. And I'm definitely not going to talk about the white, brown Muslim that loves Christmas. I'm not going to say mean things about any of you because I love the show and I keep coming back for more. So keep up the good work. Happy 250, and thanks for letting us listen. Jock and Nerd.
Aw, thanks, Matthew Lawrence.
Stop going, aw, you fuck.
I don't know. I love it.
Is
I love all of
Matty
them.
James and Matthew Lawrence the same person?
No. I think we're going to get a lot of those. There seems to be a trend.
I have to say, these all have been good. I love that two of them now have made fun of Matty J.
He's the most trollable part of our show.
He's very trollable.
Matt Miller. Look, you get points for...
Thank you, Matt Miller, for taking some shrapnel.
Matthew Lawrence gets points
No one is safe.
For pointing out that only one of us has been on every 250 episodes.
That's true.
So you get points for that. And
But this just shows no one is safe. If Imran plays your clips,
no one's safe, buddy.
You're fucked.
This is where we're going. Well done, Matthew Lawrence. Now, look, let's hear from Stallone himself. This is kind of a nice, poignant video from his Instagram. He's out in the desert. It looks like the set of where they were training. It's nighttime. The sun is setting. There's a oil drum fire there. I believe he's there with Michael B. Jordan and Stephen Capel Jr. And let me know if you think, from his tone of voice, is he done?
Well, this is probably my last rodeo because what I thought happened and has happened, I never expected. I thought Rocky was over in 2006, and I was very happy with that. And then all of a sudden, this young man presented himself, and the whole story changed. It went on to a new generation, new problems, new adventures. And I couldn't be happier because as I step back, as my story has been told, there's a whole new world that's going to be opening up for the audience, for this generation. And thank you very much, Stephen, and definitely you, Michael, for making that possible. Now you have to carry the mantle. I got you, bro. There it is.
We love that.
I love it. He's like, you carry the mantle. You hear him go, I got you, bro. I love when he calls him Unc, too. It's great. It's so endearing.
I think he is done.
I think that's it.
I think he might be done. You know what? I don't know.
He's been done before.
I was going to say he's been done before.
He's been done several times.
I mean, look, I think he wants to be done. And they're going to... Who knows? Do you want to see Rocky die? You don't want to see that.
No, you don't want to see that. I thought
you almost saw that last time.
And the movie had nice closure, if this is his last out.
Well, here's the times he's been done. After Rocky 5, he was supposed to die in that one.
Right.
Then they changed it.
Yeah.
He said he was done.
Yeah.
Then Rocky Balboa, they're like, we put a bow on it. He's done. Yeah. And now we've got this third time
Well,
he's
I feel
done.
like in Creed, he maybe was supposed to die in that one, too.
The first one?
Yeah, because of the cancer. But then I feel like they fucking changed it at the end because he's probably like, I don't want to die. Rocky can't die.
Yeah,
I don't know. But this,
I think they should end it here.
Yeah,
I think they should be done.
And if they do, basically, they're going to do the thing where they jump over everything, and he's been dead for years.
And I mean, think of what Stallone has done. What other person has played a character for 40 years, directed 4 of the movies, written a bunch of them, and starred in all of them? Like, there's
only one other guy I can think of
Who's
right
that?
off the top. Bruce Willis doing those Die Hard films.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I don't think he directed anything. He
I don't
just
think he
showed up.
No, and that wasn't
He just
his
kept showing
idea.
up.
Yeah, but for Stallone to create this character that's so iconic still and it's lasted 40. And I love seeing, I love Stallone at this age in his little black hat. I'm kind of excited for this new Rambo. If he's doing Rambo 5,
He is.
I fucking love this old Stallone. He just seems,
He's in the Marvel universe.
oh yeah, that's right. They could do a spinoff.
He's 72.
He's 72. Same thing with Arnold. I think Arnold is in his early 70s. So, look,
he looks younger than Bridget Nielsen.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
But he's also, he's had a lot of work done.
Yeah.
Stallone. And he's taken a lot of fucking HGH.
Yeah. But
I just want to point that out. He's 17 years older and looks younger.
Just think about this, all right?
It's amazing.
He did Rocky Balboa.
Yeah.
Then he opened up a whole new action franchise.
With the Expendables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did 3 of those. Did Rambo, another action movie.
Yes.
Yep.
And then now he has and Creed is still going.
Right.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's crazy what he's created.
I mean there's a movie where called Bullet to the Head.
Yeah.
Where he fights Jason Momoa.
I've heard about that.
So Rambo 5 Last Blood is filming, come out in 2019. The Expendables 4 is announced.
Okay, since you guys grew up in the 80s,
yeah.
who was your guy? Who was your action icon?
I mean, I'm going to go right to fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger, of course.
Schwarzenegger,
yeah.
okay.
For action?
Yeah.
Arnold,
okay. Because it was always Arnold, Stallone, and then you could throw in
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Bruce Willis, Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Steven Seagal.
Yes. But those are always the lower tier.
Then, that was another tier. And then the tier after that was Wesley Snipes, Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, yeah. Dolph was kind of there later.
And then what's his name would have been in there, too?
Brandon Lee.
Except, he had to die.
He was in a couple of movies. He was in a few movies.
He was in that movie with Dolph Lundgren, Little Tokyo, Big China, or whatever.
Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Yeah, that one.
And then he was in Rapid Fire.
So you guys are both, though, Schwartz over Stallone?
Yeah, because, I like Stallone's movies, but for some reason, the fact that he's almost too normal of a guy.
Yeah.
And that, just Stallone, he was a guy that would be a normal, you'd run into. Arnold is this otherworldly thing.
He is larger than life.
He has this weird accent, and it's just the way he says things. A kindergarten cop.
Yeah.
I'm a cop, you idiot.
Yeah.
Just hilarious. So it's there's the hilarity factor of Arnold, of just how fucking crazy he is.
Yeah.
Stallone's too normal.
That's true. And Stallone is a short guy.
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger was Mr. Olympia.
Yeah. He's
the thing that Stallone has, though, is Stallone when he wants
he's
to
a better actor.
Better actor.
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. I mean,
when he's not phoning in an action movie, he can act his.
Demolition Man's good.
Demolition Man is good. I liked him in Judge Dredd.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked him in Dredd.
He was not the right guy to play Dredd, but he did what he could with it.
I am the law. I think he said that once.
I am the law.
Did you see Demolition Man anytime recently?
No, I kind of want to watch it again.
I like Demolition Man.
That's a very, very good
movie. That's a movie that pits two
Wesley
action
Snipes,
stars against each other.
Yep, Wesley Snipes and Stallone. That's a fun movie.
You wipe with the fucking seashells.
It's a good, futuristic fucking sci-fi movie.
Basically, if you take Arnold and Stallone and that you parallel their careers and all the things that they've done, it's funny to see who did what. Arnold was in The Terminator.
Yeah.
He was in fucking Predator.
Right.
He was in fucking True Lies.
Yep.
So he had a lot of fucking big movies. And then Arnold, obviously you have Rocky, which is grounded.
All right, look, here's Stallone in his heyday. Here are his hits. Well, all the Rocky movies. But remember Rhinestone in '84. Cobra, remember Cobra?
Yeah,
Cobra. I like Cobra.
Over the Top, the arm wrestling
fucking movie.
Where that's a move where you just put your hands over the top and that somehow makes you win or something. Tango and Cash, let's not forget he was...
That's not a bad movie.
You see
Terry Hatcher's
Tango. There's, of course, the hilarious Stop or My Mom Will Shoot with Estelle Getty.
No.
Cliffhanger. Remember Cliffhanger, the Mount Climb movie?
That's a great movie.
John Lithgow, I think, was the bad guy. Then he did Demolition Man. The Specialist, I never saw. I think that's
That's
another
the one with Sharon Stone.
Oh yeah, that's Sharon
the
Stone
action
gets
movie.
naked
So
in
we're
that
getting
movie.
into the mid-90s. Then he does Judge Dredd, Assassins, Daylight.
Once you get to the mid 90s, he gets a little weird.
But then he does Copland, 1997, which is like
Yeah.
an amazing dramatic role in this movie.
He was good in that.
He's very good in Copland. Then he does Get Carter, and then I just
well, he found like a new career. Like he did Ants, and then he was in the Spy
voice
Kids
acting,
film.
Yes, he was a voice in Ants, which came out the same time Bug's Life came out, because of course you got to have two movies with the same thing.
One thing with Schwarzenegger you forgot to list. He was Conan.
Yeah,
And he was
dubbed
in
Conan.
Twins, which is a great fucking movie too.
Well,
Kindergarten Cop.
That's the thing about Schwarzenegger is he's in as
He
many.
went to comedy and it worked fine.
He is in as many great comedies as he is great
like,
action movies.
Stallone tried to do the Stop What My Mom Will Shoot in
Not good.
Oscar, and no one wanted
I'll tell you what
to see
though,
that.
Rocky is funny. Stallone is funny as Rocky when they do the funny bits where he
He is funny as Rocky.
Uh,
He's a better actor.
He's a much better actor than Schwarzenegger. Absolutely.
And it's proven he can fucking write his own shit and write down
Right,
like
and-
a cohesive
yes.
script.
I mean, this was his vision. This is something he lived this, and he put it out there. And for the man to like right off the bat win the man won an Oscar on his first fucking movie. Like, who does that?
They're the two titans. We've never really talked about this, so I like spending a little time.
Yeah,
We've never talked about
absolutely.
these 80s icons.
There's lots of them.
I mean,
There's lots of them.
Carl Weathers almost started his own shit with Action Jackson, and then all of a sudden that never
That didn't pan out. I was hoping for more Jim Cotta sequels. That never panned out. Remember Jim Cotta?
Most people now remember Carl Weathers for just being in Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
The man with one hand. But Carl
One
Weathers
hand. I got his eye.
in Predator.
Damn alligator got my head. I got his eye.
He's fucking jacked in Predator.
In Predator, you get the famous handshake between him and
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger.
That's right.
You ever see the memes where they had like they shake hands and like a nuclear bomb goes off?
You got that one, and then you also got Carl Weathers and Stallone jumping around in the water, hugging each other
Yeah.
in Rocky 3.
They both have great
that is a
moments.
great montage.
They're in like cut off.
Yes,
like,
like the bright
They're wearing
yellow
short
sweater.
shorts and bright yellow tanks.
And they're literally traipsing through the water, just
Jumping
like,
into each
like
other's
little
arms.
girls.
Yeah.
It's fucking
I
great.
love it.
So good.
The 80s were weird, man.
80s were very weird. There's no more Cold War, and they were very strange.
can't
I
do
love
that.
the 80s, man. It's all the coke. It was cocaine. Cocaine's a hell of a drug. The 80s.
They tried like having the 90s, like they tried like Vin Diesel and getting like other action stars, and it never caught on.
Yeah, nobody left a mark like these guys because it was a different time.
I don't know. I mean, it's weird. Like, what could they continue from the 90s? Like, what could they bring back? Like, that's a good question. What
Yeah, I don't know.
series?
What series can they bring back and like twist it in a way?
They tried
keep
to.
it relevant?
I think they tried to do everything, but I mean,
Well, they do reboots. I'm
like
not trying
Predator,
to.
they tried.
Yeah, that didn't work.
That didn't work.
That sucked. They failed miserably on that.
I don't know. They tried Judge Dredd a second time, and it was way better, but no one watched it.
No one watched that. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like what are the 80s movies that everyone loves.
I mean, you
Back to
got
the Future.
Back to the Future.
Don't fucking touch Back to the Future.
Star Wars, they're doing.
They're doing Star Wars.
Indiana Jones, they tried and failed.
Failed.
What
Could you
else is
do
the big-
Lethal Weapon?
You could redo.
Well, they
Lethal
did the
Weapon if you
TV
get
show.
Mel Gibson in there.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the TV. I'm saying like have the old guys
Oh,
in there,
okay,
for a
yeah,
little bit, but spin it off.
Yeah. It's like Mel Gibson has like a fucking daughter that's a real pain in the ass bitch cop.
You could do that.
Then, or it could be
You could flip it.
Murtaugh's daughter.
Murtaugh's
Yeah, you could
daughters.
flip it and make it women.
But I don't think Mel Gibson had a.
He didn't have a
Murtaugh already
family.
had kids.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just thought of this. Murtaugh or Gibson. So here's my storyline.
Okay.
They're kids, right?
Yeah.
Get fucking kidnapped and held for ransom.
Yeah.
Because Murtaugh and what's his face? Riggs.
Yeah.
Have fucked up a lot of criminals in their life.
Yep.
And someone held a grudge.
Yep.
But they held them for ransom, but little do they realize these motherfuckers have been trained for this situation, and they, like a Die Hard situation, escape from the fucking the building or whatever and stop the whole fucking thing.
I feel like they need to call Liam Neeson for help also.
Yeah.
They're not calling Liam Neeson. They
Hagen!
do a kidnapping thing.
They could do that.
Or Bruce
They could do
Willis.
something. I think they could. It would be a good opportunity to do a gender swap.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
and do a all that other stuff. They could do that with that one.
That'd be like anything like that where you tie in. That'd be a better gender swap than. I hope I might get a little heat for this, but like the Ghostbusters gender swap was just done to do it.
Right.
Yeah. Or this was like the Rocky film. This is a race swap, but it's done in a way that's like, oh, this is tangential.
Well, when they force something on something that doesn't need to be that, it angers fans.
Yeah.
And then, but when you do something that makes sense,
yes, that's organic.
Then there's no arguments usually.
Like-
It's just like when people shoehorn things into a place where they don't belong or that didn't previously acknowledge something like that before. It's just weird.
This kind of even applies to comics when they shoehorn these other characters into
Ghostbusters
roles
could have
that don't
been
need to
their
be there.
daughters.
Or at least one of their daughters.
Or one of their daughters, and she has friends.
Yeah.
That would have made
That would've
fucking
worked.
sense. And then you have a cameo, Dan Aykroyd's daughter, whatever. He does a cameo anyways. Just make it his fucking daughter.
Yeah.
What's the problem? All right, look.
It's just what happens is that they get all caught up in trying to make a change, and then they don't realize that they're pissing off people who actually care about this
It's
shit.
just like New Coke. They forgot how much people like Coke. You don't take it away and give me something new. What the fuck's wrong with you? We have an emotional connection. Look, let's rank and rate Creed 2. But before we do, gotta burn a roast. This time it's Bryan Goff, new patron this week. He's in the Facebook group. Roast.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. It's time to roast the Jock and Nerd Podcast.
Nice.
Hey guys, this is Bryan Goff. Congrats so much on your 250th episode. We don't have a lot of time, so let's get started here. We'll start off with Imran, who is the yes man of the show and loves shitting all over movies and or shows and then giving them like a 7 or an 8 in the end.
I love it.
And defending them. Imran also at times sounds like a small dog, and by that I mean when one of the other hosts is giving like a long-winded dialogue, you'll constantly hear him in the background like, yep.
My throat goes dry if I don't say anything.
Yeah, you get it. Anthony, you're next, bud. You young stud, you. The only thing I don't understand about you with that youth is how you sound like you're asleep every time you're talking into your mic. And you're like the only human alive that could actually make David Blaine seem interesting. And finally, Rugboy, you creepy, perverted, ugly little fuck. You look like a toothless version of Jason Mantzoukas. That's right. You're an ugly version of an uglier version of an already ugly man. Guys, thanks so much for letting us do this. I love the show. Good luck with everything in the future. And again, congrats on the 250.
I
have a condition.
Another good one. Yeah, Ruggs can't help it. He has feltyism.
Yeah.
Feltyism.
I like that he called you a yes man. I also like that he called out that my voice can be pretty monotone.
But otherwise you wouldn't know.
I've never noticed that.
Yeah, no. It's how
I've
you
always
differentiate the
think he
characters.
Humor's exaggerated stuff. Exaggerated truths.
All right, let's wrap up the Creed 2 segment with rating the movie and maybe ranking it in amongst the 8 in the Rocky universe.
We kind of already touched on
We
this.
did kind of rank it, Anthony.
Let's make it official.
Let's make it official. Anthony, go first. What would you rate it? Where would you put it?
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, rating 7 out of 10.
Okay.
And we've never done Creed. Creed for me is like an 8.5.
Yeah.
So 8.5, 8.7, somewhere there. Where does it rank in the Rocky franchise? Fuck. That's tough. How many are there? 8?
There's 8. So, does it make top 4? That's hard. I was kind of
go
thinking
5.
Oh, it just misses the
5 or
top
6.
4. Kind of
I don't know. Honestly, that one's tough.
Yeah. That one's hard. Ruggs, what's your number?
I'm kind of in the same boat as Anthony. I think I'm going to go right along what he said.
7?
Which has never happened before.
Wow, that's new.
I'm going to score it exactly the same and put it in the same spot.
Really? Okay. I'm leaning towards an 8 out of 10 here, fellas. Creed would be like a 9, 9.5, 9. But in terms of where it ranks, Rocky number 1, I'll put Creed number 2, and then I get confused a little bit.
You know what? I'll go up to 8 with you.
8? Okay. I swayed the rug.
I'll go up to 8.
Yeah, all right.
I'll go, I'm not moving my score, but I'll go Rocky 1, Creed at the 2 ranking. 3, I'd go Rocky 2.
Okay.
4, and this is because of my own nostalgia.
Rocky
Rocky 4.
Yeah.
And then 5, Creed 2, and then from there we'll get to the other. Then Rocky Balboa, then Rocky 3, and then Rocky 5.
The second one was kind of that one was kind of formula. What happened in the second one?
Rocky 2?
Yeah.
He wins the title.
Oh.
His wife gets pregnant. He for the longest time he's like, no, I don't want to fight. But
There was
I've
more
got nothing to
drama
prove.
in that one.
That one's
Than
very
fighting.
slow. It's very like most of the film he's like, I don't want to fight. Like I don't want to fight. Everyone's like, you have to. He's like, no, I don't want to. I'm good. I don't have anything to prove.
There's a lot of stuff with Mick and him, and
him and Mick break down.
Oh, I forgot about Burgess.
And then the
Meredith.
only reason he fights is because she's having pregnancy complications, Adrian.
Yeah.
And then the baby ends up being okay. And then when she wakes up, she's like, I want you to do one more thing. And he's like, what? She's like, win. And then they have a fucking awesome training montage.
Is that the one where he beats Apollo in 2, right?
Yeah, he beats Apollo.
Wow.
Yeah.
Their face. Oh, and as Rugboy mentioned earlier, their faces get so fucked up. They put some awesome makeup. In Rocky
they're all
2.
puffy, shut eyes.
They're all broken. Their faces are fucking broken.
Just fucking crooked nose.
Yeah, well, they even say like he's like, fuck, he broke my nose again.
Oh,
and
shit.
his like nose is all fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know. I was gonna put Rocky 4 at number 3 just because of nostalgia's sake, and then like Creed 2. But I gotta go back and watch 2 and 3. Although 3 was good too with Clubber Lang. But it's somewhere in the middle. Creed 2.
I like, you know what I know? I like Rocky 3 a lot.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was the first Rocky I saw in the theater.
Yeah.
I like that one too.
And
sad.
Rocky 3 is like still Rocky is the smartest that he's ever in any other movie. Like he's like super, like in the first 2 movies he's dumb, and then all of a sudden he becomes intelligent, and then the rest of the movies he becomes dumb again. And it's just kind of like a weird. I think that's the one that has No Easy Way Out in it. Where
that's Rocky 4.
Is it?
Yeah. Rocky 3 is when Eye of the Tiger gets.
Oh, Eye of the Tiger.
Rocky
you're
3
right.
is the Eye of the Tiger one?
Yeah.
Oh, I would put that at number 3 for me. And then
Wait. Hearts on Fire comes on when he's training, right?
So Rocky 4 has No Easy Way Out as a montage when
He's driving and thinking about the death of Mick.
And then Hearts on Fire is when he's training in the winter.
Oh, in the forest there.
No, the death of Mick is the third movie.
Death of the Mick is the third movie. That's a sad fucking movie too.
Yeah.
That's so fucking
That's when
sad.
he gets trained by Apollo and he makes him swim in the pool.
He makes him do footwork, and he wants him to catch the Eye of the Tiger again.
Yeah.
So Creed 2,
they're so fucking
they're
good.
all so good. The fucking Eye of the Tiger thing will get me every time. But where do I put Creed 2? I'm gonna go like Rocky, Creed, Rocky 3, Creed 2, Rocky 4, maybe something like that.
I think Creed is before Creed 2.
Yeah, no, I said Creed is second for me.
Oh, really?
Creed 2 maybe I think is 5. Yes.
No, I put Creed maybe like 4th.
Really? Okay.
Right?
That's fine.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, they're all good films.
They're all good
5th.
movies.
Yeah, but yeah.
I think Creed.
And then Creed 2 would go further down the line.
But Creed is just like Rocky, in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
they're just similar. They're good films, man.
Rocky will always hold up. It's I
think the first 2 are great films. I think Creed 1 is a great film.
Yeah, and
there would be the 3.
Yeah,
and then it would be all the other ones up until 4, and then Creed 2.
Okay,
and then the rest of them, like 5 is at the dead last.
Yeah.
And then you got Rocky Balboa.
Just who would have thought this franchise would fucking still be a buzzword?
I mean, well,
in 2018
when Rocky 5 came out, I mean, the franchise was essentially dead.
Yeah.
It killed the franchise.
All the 5 movies usually do.
It took 16
that was such
years.
a huge misstep there.
It was.
What do you think was the biggest problem?
That was the street fighting guy, Tommy.
Was it Tommy Gunn?
Tommy Gunn. That's right.
Was he the weak link?
I think he was a weak link. There are moments. Don't get me wrong. I like Creed. I like Rocky 5 too. There are
think
moments.
Him casting his own son?
I think the big thing is that the intent was to kill him, so they took away everything too quickly. Like they took away his fame. Like he came back home and he like couldn't box anymore because Drago fucked him up, and he had a crooked accountant, so he was poor. Like within a snap. So that's like almost like an Alien 3 situation where you're like, wait a minute, like you just took away like things that we should have seen on screen,
right?
Yeah.
Within the first 2 minutes,
It would have been interesting, yeah.
right? So then now you have him back on the streets, and it was just like, wait, why are we fast forwarding to this? There's too much mental gymnastics there.
Yeah.
And Tommy Gunn was not a compelling villain.
Yeah, and I think that his chem casting, his son is his real son.
Was that his real son?
That was his real son, huh?
His real son actually died from a drug overdose.
Oh, shit.
That kid, like, maybe lived to be in his like, mid-20s.
Damn.
His age still.
What about Frank Stallone? Is he still alive?
He's still around, yeah.
Fucking his brother Frank shows up every now and then. All right, look, we're going to get to news from the nation. Before we do, I did a thing for the show, and I want to turn the listener on to a website. Holiday season is coming. I don't know if you guys have heard of this site called Merchoid. They have these amazing, great geek gifts. They have some of the most amazing Christmas geek sweaters I've seen. The minute I saw this, I was like, I need an affiliate link. I want to turn the listener on to this. I would wear these all the time. So if you go to our website, you'll see banners. If you click through there or just type in jockandnerd.com/merchoid, MERCHOID.
Is there a Rugboy Merchoid?
No, there's just the regular. Just go
what about a hemorrhoid?
There's a hemorrhoid.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely those.
But here's the deal. If you click through to Merchoid using this link, you can get a great gift for the geek in your life. When you make a purchase, we get a little commish. You're helping the show out. You're going to spend the money anyways here. But
they're good Christmas sweaters.
Rugs, click on that link. Look at the Spider-Man ones. They have a black Spider-Man one. Tons of Marvel, DC, Star Wars. I would buy one for every day of the month in December to wear a different one. They're so great.
You'd wear these out in public?
Oh, fuck yeah. I would wear this to work.
You would.
No problem. I ask Anthony. I've worn worse fucking things.
Yeah, he wears non-flattering.
Well, he's not wearing socks, I'll tell you that.
I'm all about sockless, non-flattering, ill-fitting merchandise right now.
Yeah.
Clothing. But check out, just go to jockandnerd.com/merchoid, visit our website, click the banner, and you'll be helping out the show, and you're going to get...
Now, when you wear a hoodie, do you tuck it into your pants, Aaron?
Wait, you're supposed to tuck the hoodie in? What do you do with sweatshirts?
I'm just looking at Imran rules for dressing.
No, no, you let everything hang out.
No, this man, like when he wears his shirt tucked in, it looks like his belt is like right around his nipples.
It looks like
he's got it
SpongeBob.
so fucking high.
I told you I come from a
And he's got
short
the muffin
torso
top.
people. Pakistanis, from where my family is from, is genetically known scientifically. They have tiny torsos and like long legs. It's just how we're built.
Shit.
All right, let's get to news from the nation. It's time for news from the nation. It's time for news from the nation.
This is a long
Is
show.
it done? This is a fat.
It just feels long.
You are getting a fat show for 250, listener. Strap in. We're not even halfway done. No, we are. I don't know. Look, I'm going to start with this post I made on the nation about favorite sports movies. Like, I love that we're talking about sports movies for the first time.
Hell yeah. 250 is about goddamn time.
It took 250 episodes. So as I shout out some of these guys, you let me know whether you agree. Where are some of your favorite ones? Glenn Smith says The Replacements.
It's a fun movie.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Keanu Reeves.
That's Keanu Reeves as a football movie. Robert Slavinsky posted a GIF from Miracle, that's a great movie.
Actually, The Replacements was a movie in I think the 70s, and then they remade it.
Oh, it was a remake.
They made a lot of it. They remade that other one with the prison football.
The longest yard. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting the longest yard and The Replacements confused. The Replacements is good though. Keanu Reeves is in it.
John Bellotti Jr. Major League Slapshot, best of the best.
Major League's good. I've never seen Slapshot.
Me neither.
Rumberto Rivera, Dodgeball, and Happy Gilmore. I love these. I didn't even consider Happy
Gilmore is amazing.
A sports movie.
Gilmore's fucking hilarious.
And fucking Dodgeball. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a bull. Those are both great picks. I love Happy Gilmore. One of my favorites. Chaz Hubbard, Major League. Remember the Titans? The Sandlot. The Sandlot came up a lot.
Sandlot's fantastic.
That is a sports movie. Jess Rivera says Field of Dreams. It's very good. Kevin Costner.
Good shape, yeah.
Classic. Trevor Lloyd, Hoosiers, baby. And Major League, definitely up there for him. Blake Braden, again, two great picks here. Caddyshack, White Man Can't Jump. I love
White Man Can't Jump is fantastic.
Caddyshack is so quotable. That is a fucking great movie. Jose L. Gonzalez posts a GIF from, I believe that's Major League. Seth Morgan, I got to give it up to Jerry Maguire. Now, Seth got a lot of shit for picking Jerry Maguire. This is a sports movie, though.
It's a sports movie. It's about a sports agent.
It's a rom-com.
I'm surprised that Any Given Sunday didn't get a lot of.
You know what?
That's one of the best sports movies ever made.
I think that does come up, but that's the first one I thought of. I love that's Scorsese? No, Oliver Stone. Oliver Stone doing a football.
Jamie Foxx.
The most amazing thing is the design. Like they invented a whole league of logos, teams, colors, costumes, uniforms. It was unbelievable. It looked real. Like they had to come up with all that to make it look like a real fucking thing. But
it was a great fucking movie too.
Jerry Maguire's good. You had me at hello.
You gotta fight for that inch.
Doing Al Pacino. Al Pacino doing Al Pacino.
Can you do that, Imran? Do Al Pacino.
Gotta fight for every inch. I got lifts in my shoes. Wow, am I really 5'2"?
I love Imran.
What's that I smell? Is that a scent of a woman? I got green things coming out of my hands. I'm Green Lantern. That's my Al Pacino as Green Lantern. Starcasting. Joe St. John says Warrior, but also
there's an MMA film.
That's the one with what's his face? No, that's the wrestler I'm thinking of. Warrior.
That's with Venom's in that one.
Tom Hardy is in Warrior. That's right. I was thinking of the guy from The Wrestler. Fucking
Tom Hardy
Mickey
and Joel Edgerton.
That's a great movie too. The Wrestler.
The Wrestler.
Wrestler's good too.
I'm gonna throw one in there that no one ever mentions, but it's amazing.
Which one?
Rad the movie.
What is fucking Rad the movie?
It's a movie about BMX biking.
Oh, like Gleaming the Cube?
It is fucking the greatest movie. It's the worst movie you've ever seen and the greatest movie.
Isn't that Gleaming the Cube also?
No, that's with Christian Slater.
There was a moment in the 80s where there were all these BMX movies coming out for some reason.
Dude, Rad was that one. Dude, it's like got a cult following.
I'll have to check out Rad. Jose John also said Dodgeball and Space Jam for nostalgia. John Bellotti.
Space Jam.
Of course, you got to go Space Jam. John Bellotti Jr., The Wrestler, A League of Their Own, Moneyball, The Fighter, $1 Million Baby, The Sandlot. Moneyball's a great fucking movie. Have you seen that? I love that. That was very interesting.
I got two. I don't know. How many more do you got to mention?
There's a couple more.
All right, mention them.
John Hamper asks, does Kazam count? Does it?
No. Just because
Hamper.
Just because Shaq is in it.
That's not a sports movie.
That's not a sports movie.
Jose Ibarra posts a GIF of Karate Kid. That is
that's a good movie too.
That is a great one.
Great pick. One of the greatest sports stories. Movies.
I love that's another one on my nostalgia list.
Yes,
I could watch.
You need to watch Cobra Kai, Anthony.
I know.
You know what?
Yeah, you will not be disappointed.
So
I really enjoy
good.
Karate Kid. Karate Kid and Karate Kid Part 2 are two of my favorite all-timers.
They're great movies. The first one still is amazing.
The first one, and then when they go to Japan,
yes, you will love Cobra Kai, dude. You just find a way to stream it illegally or whatever, or pay for like a month.
Right?
Yeah, YouTube Red. I heard YouTube is gonna cancel their fucking pay thing because it's not nobody's paying for it.
Oh well,
so they're gonna kill that. Kate PM posts a GIF of Space Jam. Ron S. Hans posts, what is this? With Denzel Washington football movie. Remember the Titans? Yes.
Yeah.
Ronald Hans also posted a GIF of Field of Dreams. John Bellotti said Karate Kid 1, 2, 3. Megalino Martinez, Little Giants, Dodgeball, Basketball. Nice shout out to the South Park guys. I love basketball. Sean Burns says The Natural. Nobody said that one yet.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Bill Vincent, remember the Titans, Invincible. Invincible, is that the Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
Rudy, that's a great one. That's the first Rudy mention. Neil Walker says Bloodsport. It's technically a sports movie, although an underground sports movie.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay,
it's borderline. I like Bloodsport. That's one of my favorites too.
Justin Zwerner says Rocky 4, Warrior, The Replacements, and then he asked, did Seth Morgan really say Jerry Maguire? Joey Austin, Rudy is the best, but you got to give a shout out to Hoosiers, Jerry Maguire, Caddyshack, first two Rockies. Mike Rips. Mike Rips checking in with Eddie, starring Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, shit.
Never seen that.
Has anybody seen this movie?
That's got to be a dark horse.
That's a dark horse. David Zika puts Bull Durham. That's a very good movie. Brian Joff, A League of Their Own, Mighty Ducks 1 and 2, Sandlot, Slapshot, The Program.
Oh, The Program. I remember that.
Chris Marin, Senna. I've heard a lot about this movie, Senna.
No, that's a good movie. Yeah. I've seen that. And Rush is also a good movie.
Any Given Sunday. He's the first one to mention. And he put Jerry Maguire, Happy Gilmore, Murder Ball with LL Cool J. How about that one? Is that a sports movie?
Murder Ball? I've never heard of it.
And then Ruggs, you said Beer League, Vision Quest, Rush, Bad News Bears, Sandlot, Karate Kid, and rad. I haven't seen Beer League. I looked this up. 2006, Artie Lang, Ralph Macchio.
Oh, it's about a guy who gets drunk and plays softball, and it's really bad. But I fucking think it's funny.
Great sports picks. Anthony, what'd you have? Did they say them?
Little Giants is one of my all-timers.
Oh, Little Giants.
I love Little Giants. 3 movies that didn't get mentioned, 2 of which got really bad reviews, but I still liked them as a kid.
Yeah.
Sunset Park.
Oh, I don't know.
I really enjoyed. The Sixth Man with Marlon Wayans. It's about his dead brother that helps him play basketball.
Whoa.
And then that one made me fucking cry in the movie theater. Whatchamacallit? Love and Basketball.
Oh yeah, that one I didn't see, but I keep hearing it. It's great.
It's very good. Very good film. What's her name's in it? Omar Epps and Sanaa Lathan. More of a love story, but it revolves around basketball.
I would add if it's a documentary.
Hoop
Dreams is fucking amazing. That is like the most feel good fucking thing. And I think it takes place in Chicago, which also made it more.
So we talked a lot of sports today.
I like a good sports movie because it reminds me of a superhero.
It is. It really is.
It's like about perseverance and winning at the end and doing the right things
and good. Often good beating evil and making the right decision. That's totally superhero analogous. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Before we go on roast time, Fiddlestyxx Winterbottom the Third. Here's his roast.
Hey guys, this is Fiddlestyxx Winterbottom the Third, and I'm calling in to congratulate you on 250 episodes.
That's what he sounds
Morgan
like.
gave me all these jokes to read about TSA cavity searches, super gonorrhea, and the infamous ladyboys of Thailand. Thanks, Seth, but I want to go in another direction with this. I believe you called it boring. But I don't want to be too hard on these guys because I like them, and mostly because I'm afraid Ruggs might beat the shit out of me and jizz on my unconscious body. Started listening around episode 75, and I've been listening every Monday morning now for nearly 3 years.
Wow.
The show really does a great job of drowning out my coworkers and the music on the overhead speakers. I also recently started listening at home and found that there's something about the tone or pitch of Imran's voice that scares off rodents. I've had a problem with squirrels nesting in my attic every fall, but once they heard Imran going on and on and on, they just took off. It's like, Imran, buddy, if you don't make it big with the show, you might consider a career as a reverse rodent whisperer.
Glad I could help.
But I don't think you're going to have to really resort to that, because I have a plan. I have a plan to get the current regime to give you guys some government subsidies. I know you like the sound of that, Anthony. Just thinking, why is the U.S. wasting so much money tear-gassing those dangerous women and children on the border when all I need to do is set up speakers along the border and play the Jock and Nerd show at full volume for a few bucks a month? That should scare off anyone thinking about seeking asylum in the U.S. And, if that doesn't work, because I heard some of the toddlers down there are pretty tough little bastards, I have a backup plan. All we got to do is have Emperor Trump deputize Ruggs and Seth Morgan, send them down to Tijuana, and they can harass the refugees into signing up for Patreon. That should send them running, because I know I was considering leaving the nation when Seth came knocking on my back door looking for a buck. So I can see Anthony now, excited by the thought of fame and fortune. I bet he's spending the money right now booking EDM booze cruises and high-end escorts, but watch out, buddy, because sometimes what you wish for isn't what you get. My spidey sense is just telling me that you might be the next victim of the Me Too movement, because there's no shortage of gold-digging whores out there. Which brings me back to Seth Morgan.
Oh, boy.
Just kidding. Seriously, though, 250 shows is an amazing achievement when you consider a lot of podcasts never make it past 7 episodes. That's how Jock and Nerd became my #1 podcast. You simply outlasted the better podcasts I ranked above you. Seriously, thanks for all your work that you put into the show. Week after week, you always deliver. I hope you go on for another 250 episodes.
Right on. That's our motto: quantity over quality. We'll just outlast every other podcast.
You just keep doing it. You don't take the hint.
No, we don't take a hint. Go away. There's another one coming out next week. All right, continuing on with news from the nation. Thank you, Fiddlestyxx. That's wonderful.
News from the nation.
You want to play that again? No, it's too long. It's like 5 minutes long. Jess Rivera, thankfully, I love that he did this. He put up a Walking Dead spoiler thread. He said, here's a Walking Dead spoiler thread for all 4 of us Dead fans left who have seen the mid-season finale. And I was so glad he did, because I'm still watching this and I was dying to talk to someone about what happened. So that was great for me to get it out. And then he adds this comment: Imran, I think there's more interest in The Walking Dead than had been believed. Think you got to get Anthony back on the horse. Anthony, what do you say?
Not for a while. I just started Narcos.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, so.
Oh, the first season is amazing. The first 2 seasons are great.
How's that going so far? It's good.
I love it. I love Narcos.
Shit,
I'm 7 episodes in.
Right.
Pablo.
Oh, Pablo Emilio Escobar Gaibera.
It's got Oberon Martell from Game of Thrones.
Hijo de puta.
Fuck, we're never getting you to watch Walking Dead if you're watching Narcos.
Yeah.
That's some of the best TV I've ever seen.
I like Narcos.
Like, other than Game of Thrones, like for...
Really? Wow, you're getting me more hyped to watch.
I'm going to have to start fucking watching
Once the shit starts hitting the fan, Anthony, you're going to be like, you're going to be in it.
Are you caught up on Narcos Mexico too?
No, I haven't watched that yet.
Oh, did you watch? So you watched the first 3 seasons of Narcos?
I watched only the Pablo Escobar stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then I was like, okay, I don't care about anything. I'm like, I'm done.
All right.
Because that guy, I'm like, it can't get better than this.
Well, that actor's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm like, it couldn't be better than this story. Like, I don't care what anybody says.
There's a lot of reading, though, isn't there?
I've been told that it's still good, but
I've been told it's still pretty good.
Yeah, I might go back to it.
Ruggs, have you watched any Walking Dead at all?
No.
You know what? You are with a lot of people. Sorry, Jess Rivera. It also mid-season finale hit the lowest ratings it's ever had for the mid-season finale, just like 5 million viewers. But I will tell you this, there was an unexpected death of a major character. There was actual horror on The Walking Dead. There was a whole fucking fantastic cemetery scene that set up the whispers, and I loved seeing the reaction from people who didn't know what was going to happen. Like, people were freaking out because you kind of thought the walkers were evolving. Were they? And then, it's a little thing, but Daryl has a dog named Dog, and I think it's just fucking adorable. And he gets on his motorcycle. He goes, Dog! And the fucking dog comes running, and they fucking take off onto the road.
It's a dog?
It's a dog.
Oh, God.
Daryl has a dog. He was living out in the woods, but I love that he's got a dog named Dog, because he's just like, Dog. And the dog knows how to scope out, like, walkers and shit and make noise to, like, attract him that way. Anyways, it's marginally better, but nobody's watching it. And I was like, when it was over, I was like, fuck, I got to talk. I need someone to talk to about this, so I'm glad.
Narcos.
All right, maybe I have to start watching Narcos. Jess, I don't think Anthony's going to come back to The Walking Dead.
Not
I'm a one show at a time guy.
Not after
right now, all my attention is on Narcos.
What made you watch Narcos, by the way? Just too many people told you to watch it?
I have too many coworkers, because Mexico just came out. So everyone's hyped around me that watches Narcos religiously, and they were like, Mexico just came out. And like, Pablo Escobar is like, here's one quick thing about Narcos. Growing up as a kid, and my coworker brought this up, you don't hear about fucking Colombia.
Yeah.
Like, no one taught me this stuff.
Escobar,
and then you hear about this
fascinating.
fucking drug lord named Pablo Escobar, and like, he's kind of like a myth. So, and then like the show's about him, and then it's like, I like those like gangster shows, and this is like real life gangster show. Like, fucking like all of this, the fact that it all happened makes it like another level. Like, you're like, holy fuck. Colombia was fucked up in the 80s and 90s.
Dude, Pablo Escobar is fucking fascinating.
I remember when I was watching Entourage, and they wanted to do the Medellin movie.
Yep.
So I'm like, oh, they fucking actually did the Medellin, the series.
Yeah.
And he watched this shit.
He also almost did the Aquaman movie in Entourage. But I might have to start watching this, because Anthony, what you described, I love shit like that. Fucking, it sounds like Sopranos.
It's like
just
Sopranos,
good TV.
but then you have to remember it actually happened.
But it's real.
And it's in Spanish.
Yes,
Yeah.
there's a lot of
it's in Spanish, which is actually makes it really cool.
El Chapo. There's another great movie, American Made.
No El Chapo.
Not El Chapo, but
he's in
like
Mexico.
He's
though.
like that. I mean, it's similar, yeah. American Made with Tom Cruise about Barry Seal, TWA flight guy who carried drugs for what's his face? I think Pablo Escobar in the government. That's a fucking great movie.
Pablo, honey?
I might have to start. You watch this? You might bet this. Jess Rivera posted this other interesting graphic that got me thinking. He writes, over under 5 billion. Does Disney make over 5 billion next year with these movies? Check out. And then I found another graphic that has Disney's whole film schedule. Check out these movies that are coming out next year from Disney. Captain Marvel, Dumbo, Avengers 4, live action Aladdin, Toy Story 4, live action Lion King, Frozen 2, Star Wars Episode 9. There's 2 movies in there that can easily make $2 billion without even fucking trying.
Star Wars and Avengers 4 both.
So there's $2 billion.
Lion King will probably make 1.5.
So there's like 4 or 5, 5.5 with the Aladdin.
Aladdin's going to do really
Toy
well.
Story,
Dumbo's gonna
dude,
do
Toy
really
Story
well.
4,
Toy Story's
if
gonna
that
do
hits
really
the
well.
right feels. How much do you think Captain Marvel's going to make? Is that going to make like Ant-Man money?
No, it'll be like, I think it'll be like, it'll make like 200 million, 250, 300 million here, and then like 800 worldwide.
So 800. So if like Dumbo and Captain Marvel and Aladdin make like 800 million worldwide, like they're looking at like $8 to $10 billion.
When Jess Rivera asked about the over under 5 billion, he listed 6 movies.
So he was talking about the 6: Captain Marvel, Dumbo, Avengers, Aladdin, Toy Story 4, Lion King.
And I said 5.5.
And even there, though, that's like 4. I went high. I was like, that's $8 billion.
No, I don't know. 8
I don't know about 8.
I don't think Dumbo is going to make, I mean, it's going to do well. I don't think it's as big a franchise.
Tim Burton, Dumbo. So there's some people, this is the evil genius of Disney. They're hitting all these people because some people love Dumbo. Some people, Aladdin's their jam. They grew up. Some people, it's like, they're hitting all these markets and their kids and their family. And it's evil fucking genius.
Well, I got one question. I never saw Toy Story 3, but I know what happened.
Yes.
Isn't that story done? How are they making a Toy Story 4?
I'm not, there's teasers out there. Well, he passed on the toys to his
but it wasn't it like, okay,
sister.
like this is a little bow on it. Like this toys pass on, but it's done.
But
the Andy
how are they
storyline is
playing
done.
with the sister now? You know, she's getting into adventures with them. Is that what it's going to be?
I guess probably.
Toy Story 3 has a very
they just can't
dark ending.
Ignore the money,
dude. Rugs, how much do you think they're going to make with all these movies?
What was it 5 billion?
Yeah, over under 5 billion.
I think they might just scratch 5 billion.
All right.
I think they make a lot more.
5 billion is a lot.
Yeah,
for those 6 movies.
Yes, unbelievable. You know what else is? This is why Disney's evil genius. I was talking to my brother-in-law. He's a patent attorney. He knows copyright laws. Mickey Mouse just turned 90 years old. Right? He had 90th birthday.
Right.
Copyright law, I thought, was 76 years, and you are public domain. Meaning Mickey Mouse should really be fucking public domain. But he was telling me that they found some fucking loophole that allowed them to retain the copyrights for I don't know how long. At some point, Mickey Mouse is going to have to be public domain. Or can they just keep fucking... How do you keep the rights for something like that?
Why would I don't understand public domain. I mean, as long as there's somebody holding on to the rights and shepherding it, it shouldn't be public. I think it only should be public domain if no one contests the rights. No one cares about the property.
But I believe the rights are tied to the creator. So if Walt Disney is dead, those rights are going to go on and they're going to expire because the creator is
for
dead.
example, like Stan Lee sold his rights to Marvel.
Yes. Oh.
So Marvel is an entity. It's not a person.
That's a good point. I know like Sherlock Holmes is like public domain and like I think anybody can make a Sherlock Holmes
I think that those people at those times didn't have that kind of company to keep them alive. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
they didn't think of it as a corporate. I don't know.
Or
I think it's something to do with
Well, nobody thought Disney was going to be what it is like that. That's never been a company like that. I just think it's weird though that they still get to hold on to the rights for fucking 90 years, but they are still around. They're still making things with it, so maybe that's why.
I don't know shit.
Anthony doesn't know shit, which means it's time for our next roast. Jason Dutch, here is his third and final roast. Roast.
You know, I've really tried not to be racist or anything on this roast. I tried to be classy, but the truth is I have about as much class as a community college on Christmas Day. So you know what? Fuck it. Build the fucking wall around this Rugboy character. We're going to make America puppetless again. If you really think about it, there's a reason why ABC canceled The Muppet Show. We all saw the YouTube video of this wild sex bonanza Rugboy that you had with Bert and Ernie back in 1993. I mean, S&M is one thing, but have some freaking tact. You should be ashamed of yourself. In fact, almost as ashamed as I am for watching it on repeat for 3 hours while the Ginger Geek was over last week. Last but not least, Rugboy, you call yourself such a true comic fan? Well, guess what, Mr. Authentic? The gig's up, pal. I raided your basement, and the only comics you ever read were Archie and Friends and the Adventures of Darkwing Duck. So cut the crap, go brush those filthy jibs, and find the felty Jesus. So in all seriousness, that was fun. Thanks for letting me get this off my chest. I realize this was only probably about 80% true, but we'll have to leave it up to the listener to decide what's real and what's Memorex. But congrats again on 250. And despite all this, I'm still going to admit we love you guys. Here's to another 250 mind-numbing episodes. Smooches.
Smooches, Jason Dutch.
I'm amazed how he found all that out about me.
He did a little snipping. You get points for Felty Jesus.
I've never read a comic book in my life.
You know what? Darkwing Duck counts. That's a comic book.
I am the terror that flaps in the night.
Don't fold that floppy. What are you doing?
What is being poured?
This is a nice shot of bourbon there. Ruggs, what are you drinking?
Oh, this is Metamucil.
Oh, no. It's got lots of fiber. Let's move on to a post from Blake Braden. Chris Evans apparently isn't done with Captain America, say the Russo brothers. Blake Braden posts at the end, if he leads S.H.I.E.L.D., I'll be stoked. Basically, they said Chris Evans is, quote unquote, not done yet. There's more for him. And that's all we can say. But I thought
he put out something that he was done.
Yes, he said he put out something that said he rapped on the set, and that's the last time. They also said that fans will soon understand what this means. Will it be weird? You can't recast these parts, people.
Why does Cap have to die exactly?
See, I think, is he going to die in Avengers
Everyone
4?
thinks he has to die because he's done with his contract.
The contracts are done, right.
Yeah, I just think that the reason why Chris Evans just doesn't want to be Captain America anymore, or maybe he does.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that he doesn't. He's always been bitching about how he wants to direct movies.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason Cap. I mean, he's relatively young. Look at Robert Downey Jr. He's pushing fucking 50-something, and he's still Iron Man. So he's way younger than that. He's kind of like younger than probably your age, Anthony. Maybe a little older, but
he's a little older than me. But yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, so he's a relatively young dude.
Yeah, he doesn't necessarily have to die.
No.
He just doesn't want to play Captain America.
That's why everyone's saying is because he's been saying he doesn't want to do it.
I mean, I don't think he's ever going to get like Robert Downey Jr. money.
He's gone back and forth. He's been like, I don't want to do it, but then he's like, this is great. I love working with these guys. Who knows? Who knows?
Why would you want to not be Captain America though? Like, what else are you going to do that's going to be as like inspirational?
Maybe he's a true artiste and wants to. Maybe he really does want to direct.
I want to be behind the camera.
I want to control what's on the camera.
I think you get something like this once in a lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, right.
And as long as good people are behind it, you stick with it. As long as if it's going down in quality and shitting the bed, then you want to get the fuck out. But you know, and maybe you're trying to predict that or anticipate that it's going down. But I don't think it's going down for Marvel yet. I think
the bubble's going to burst. I mean,
he wants to leave on a high note, I guess.
Well, we have a good example of someone that's stuck to a role for a long time.
Yeah.
Rocky Balboa. Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Hugh Jackman.
He's inspired.
But he wrote it back out.
Yeah.
He wrote it into the ground, and then he wrote it back out of the ground.
Yeah, it's a role that like Chris Evans, where you can inspire people and people remember you forever.
You're just iconic now. Like you are all these kids growing up. You are their Captain America.
I wouldn't want anyone else to beat Captain America.
No, I
if
agree.
I was Captain America and I was still young enough to do it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe he just wants to eat a lot.
He's like, I'm tired of being in shape.
Or maybe he's like, I don't want to eat this much. I have to stay like this size all the time.
That's a hard, like, I think Hugh Jackman went through that too. Trying to
a lot of these actors have to overeat to get to that size.
You know what I read? That dude, Florian, who played Victor, he had to lose like 20 pounds
He lost some weight,
to get to the 220.
Because Michael B. Jordan is actually a very small guy.
He's tiny next to
Michael B.
him.
Jordan was trying to get to like 195.
Oh,
was
shit.
like overeating.
Wow. So it was 220 versus 195. Jordan looks so small next to that fucking guy.
Oh, yeah. Well, he is.
Yeah.
That guy's huge.
That guy's so fucking huge. Okay, roast time. Here's our buddy Jimmy Graben. Roast.
Hey, what's up, Imran, Anthony, and Ruggs? It's your old pal Jimmy the Geek here from Northern California. Hey, so I don't have much of a roast. I mainly wanted to just chime in and say thank you to you guys. I know you guys are looking for people to kind of fuck with you and make fun of you and all that shit. But honestly, I just wanted to say thank you guys for everything you do each week. I've been listening to the show actually 2 years almost exactly now.
Nice.
Started listening in, I think it was November of 2016. So appreciate all the work you guys put in. Each week there's an episode. That's amazing that you guys can produce content like that every week, not to mention all the Patreon stuff you do. Actually had the good fortune of being on one episode of Jock Talk with Anthony, but he never invited me back. What the fuck, dude? Anyway, no big, whatever.
You gotta ask.
Just mess with you, man. No, you guys do great stuff, and the content's awesome. Thanks for everything you guys do. I do feel like I played kind of a small part coining the term Jock and Nerd Nation for the Facebook group.
Yes,
you did.
Sorry I don't email as much anymore. Just kind of busy with just life and everything, but
all right.
the show's really grown in the last 2 years since I started listening, so you don't really need me to email as much as you do. You get your boy Matty Jason. You speak pipes every week now.
Email. Send us emails.
I'm still listening every week. Love the show. You guys are awesome. Thanks again. Peace out. Jock and Nerd.
Yeah, Matty J.
Nice. A nice little change up there.
You get points for the change up. Jimmy the Geek, great to hear from you. And yeah, he's been with us. I forgot he was on
an awesome fan.
Yeah, we have some of the best fucking listeners. You guys are amazing. I forgot he was on Jock Talk with you, huh?
He was. He's been a part of the show.
Fantastic. He also gets points for another Matt J reference.
Let me read the next one.
Okay.
Because you talk too much.
Go, you do it.
So
His mouth's gonna get dry.
Jose Ibarra didn't feel like recording anything, so he did a text roast.
It's fine. Works.
I'm just submitting this here because I'm a lazy shit and don't want to record what I've written down. Show 250 is a big deal. I stumbled across your show a while back and have been hooked ever since. I go so far back with your show that I remember when Rugboy was the only one that did the show with a hand up his hole. Now everyone is in on the fun. Imran, seriously, what is up with the facial hair? You look like if Barf from Spaceballs fucked around with Howard the Duck and somehow had a Pakistani kid.
That's accurate.
You look like the human embodiment of what my fart smells like.
I like it.
Oh.
Anthony, can you please care about something once in a while? You have the emotional range of a nutsack. Go out and be a millennial, protest, wear a pussy hat, something.
I like that one.
Rugboy, you don't have to hate everything. Life can't be that shitty, right?
It is.
Sure, you'll probably end up just being used as a glove to wash someone's car, but hey, at least you have a podcast. Give some positive reviews every now and then.
No.
Anyways, in all seriousness, I love the show. You guys are all great. I'm sure you'll be a big hit by episode 500, and we'll do this again.
Right on. That's awesome.
Good job, Jose Ibarra.
You could have. I'll allow the text roast.
I especially like go out and be a millennial and protest.
Do something.
Protest.
Protest something.
That's what millennials do. We protest.
That's what they're known for.
We're unhappy,
Yes.
so we block off traffic.
I'm outraged.
I'm mad. This will change everything.
Yes. Rugs, you gonna wash my car later? I did have you scheduled for that. So,
Hey,
sorry.
listen,
Yeah.
I'm very absorbent.
You're very absorbent, and like his scrub, it's like it doesn't leave a scratch on my car.
Although
so.
that you're gonna have like my residue all over your car. Do you care?
That's fine. I like when you get all soapy, and I can use you as.
Because
That's
you know,
not
when
soap, bub.
Oh,
a
that's
lot
not
of that
soap?
friction, you know.
Oh shit! That's why the car is so shiny. It's like a rug boy wax. Wes Cranford wrote in. Anthony, you want to read Wes Cranford's email?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Aloha, all. Aloha. What the fuck? Been a bit since I touched base, and with Seth and Sticks and Jess getting a lot of mention, I'm fucking jealous, so I thought I'd be intrusive. Stan Lee's show was great. Fuck Bill Maher. What does he know anyway? You guys mentioned great careers, but you left out my fave. Tex Avery.
Yes.
He's did most of the Looney Tunes as well as a lot of the Hanna-Barbera stuff. As much as an influence on me as Stan, I try to emulate Bugs, the quintessential American. Ruggs mentioned it's easier to watch a movie in theater than rewatching it on TV as no expectations. Well, I submit that you should enter the theater with same mindset. I've had low or no expectations of all movies since I was disappointed with E.T. Love Jason's work. You guys talking politics was good too. It's on the post show, so for those not contributing, start, fucking deadbeats. Things disappear when you don't pay your way.
That's right.
Stop slacking and send $1 to Patreon. More, actually, you can skip Wendy's. You're eating too much garbage anyway. Pay for garbage in your ear holes. Anyway, it was good hearing opinions of what's going on over there from people I trust. Well, stay cool and stop plugging Seth. He's a wanker with no friends. Only banana peels and butt plugs. Laters all. I'm off now. And thanks for continually making me laugh and introducing me some great friends in the nation. Love you guys and Lisa too.
Nice.
That's a nice
It's a
one.
love fest for the nation.
Yeah,
Dude,
holy fuck.
everyone-
This show is just like us getting roasted and then masturbating on Sylvester Stallone's face. That's the entire show.
Little Bukkake Stallone
Yeah.
party. Thanks for writing in, Wes. Good to hear from you. Okay. Now, it's not going to be a show or a roast show without hearing from Matt J. Miller. We've heard him referenced how many times now? I think we had like,
like 3 or 4
couple of
times.
times. So, first of all, we have to play catch up from a voicemail from last week, but don't worry, I'm going to play the edited version because there's some gold in there. Okay, so here's his voicemail from last week.
What's up, Jock and Nerd Nation? Matthew James back again, your SpeakPipe King. Speaking of kings and other shit like that, the fact that you guys said you guys wanted to get me dethroned from the SpeakPipe King title kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, but whatever. Let's get right into it.
Okay, so I like that he got over it. We might need a thicker skin, man, you Jay. But we're doing this thing we used to do back in the day. It's called busting your balls. I don't know if the millennials know about it these days anymore.
Well,
we don't.
You gotta pay the piper. You're gonna be on the show every week. You gotta take some up the ass. That's what I do.
It's exactly. It is a two-way show.
You think? Listen, after every show, I grease up my butthole and let Imran do whatever he wants.
Absolutely. Let me. That's why I love the slack hole. Now I'm gonna jump ahead to the end because that's where he says good things about us, which really that's the most important part. But let me summarize in the middle. Game of Thrones locations are now tourist attractions, and go see Overlord. It's a great movie. Here's the end of his message.
Yeah, it was awesome. People who listen to the show who aren't Patreon members need to get with the times. Patreon has put out some good stuff. The Starship Troopers, love that. A lot of good memories from that. I watched the cartoon. I loved it. You guys keep up the good work. The show's okay. Whatever.
I think he's the only one who's watched the Starship Troopers cartoon. I want to find this fucking cartoon. So, look, Matty J, I edited your message to get to your actual roast. All right, buddy? This one I have not listened to. Here's his roast.
What's up, Jock and Nerd Nation? Matthew James back again. Your Speakpipe King.
Fucking horns.
I got my oven preset to 350, so let's get this roast started. I'll begin with my favorite personality and also the easiest target, Imran. Imran, you look like the unholy spawn of a three-way between Ming the Merciless, Coach Steve from Big Mouth, and the Sorcerer Supreme himself, Dr. Strange. I don't think you give yourself enough credit as an athlete. I bet you were pretty good at pocket pool growing up. I also wouldn't be shocked to learn you hold multiple Dance Dance Revolution records at different bowling alleys. You do seem like the kind of guy who would dress up his dog and wear matching outfits with it as well.
Wait, what's pocket pool?
Masturbate.
Okay.
Anthony, you're up next. Our resident jock sniffer. EDM festivals where people wear pacifiers and quote-unquote find themselves on hallucinogenics. Grow up. I'd rather listen to a symphony of my own farts. Act your age and listen to some Skinner or Little River Band like a man. You're the monotone pessimist of the group, and you always find a way to shit on Imran's happy-go-lucky pre-pubescent boy attitude. Do better at fantasy next year and try not to draft with your eyes closed while listening to Transformers have sex. Last but not least, we have Ruggs. Ruggs, thanks for the shout-out last episode as the Pokemaster at timestamp 6312. If you weren't really a puppet, I'd say you most remind me of my favorite Transformer, Rat Trap, because you cuss a lot and you have a Brooklyn-Chicago hybrid accent. Anyways, you're a real American hero. Keep being awesome and stay away from Jeff Dunham's right hand. Last but not least, on my Christmas list this year, I'd like to see a picture of you so I can put a face to that velvety voice of yours. Congrats on 250, guys. Can't wait for 500. Hopefully you don't cry yourselves to sleep tonight after listening to all these. Later.
A lot more came in than we thought.
Yeah, dude, that's great, Ruggs. We need to send him a felty dick pic post-haste.
You want some picture of my cock?
How old does he think I am? Skinner? I wouldn't never listen. When was Skinner? Was that your guys'
That's classic rock. It was
Leonard Skinner?
Leonard
Was
Skinner.
that like when was
70s.
Leonard Skinner? So why would that's not my generation.
Freebird.
Yeah, but I it wasn't mine either, but I like
some
Skinner.
good
I know,
shit.
but that wouldn't be like the one where it's like, hey, listen to this. Like,
I
listen
think
to
the
like some
point
good
is,
like
listen
90s
to
or like
people
listen,
actually play instruments. I think that's the point, maybe.
Yeah, those were instruments at one time.
I think after like the Beatles, pretty much all the music is kind of get intoable.
Yes,
I don't know what that means.
I love classic rock. I'm a huge classic rock fan.
The thing about classic rock, I don't know, we're totally derailing the show, but
Go ahead.
It's 250.
Yes,
that,
it's
like,
250.
people-
We're enjoying ourselves.
People who are younger, they can't discern country music from older rock and roll that's kind of like Southern rock.
Yes.
So they kind of clump those together. Like, oh, it's country music. I don't like that shit.
Well, that's
And not like that, but now like country music has been like, is like the red states. So if you're in a progressive state, you're like, fuck country music. You know what I mean? So a lot of that music gets like a bad rap, I guess, or misdiagnosed.
Country music gets a bad, like in the cities, it gets not the best rap, but like a lot of like my suburban friends that are white love country music. And I was like,
I can't
wow.
stand
But
country
what
music.
do you
but
mean? See,
Southern rock is
when you say country music, that's very vague and broad because
like Allman Brothers isn't country music.
that's Southern rock.
And neither is Skinner.
That's Southern rock. Country music, though, is like your Glenn Millers, your Hank Williams Sr., Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson. That's what I consider.
But you're not naming anyone that I wouldn't. I mean that's
modern
like
country music is pop music. It's not fucking country.
But with country music beats in the background.
But
Is
it's
that what
fucking pop music like that.
It is pop.
I don't. So you have to really discern because there's also Western swing, which was really popular in the 40s. Dance music of the time. I fucking love Western swing and everything that came out of it. This dude Roy Clark just died, who's a fucking amazing entertainer, guitar player, country musician. YouTube him. There's great videos with him and Glenn Campbell, Johnny Cash. That to me is good fucking country music. That's country music.
I don't really like country, but
I don't like
country.
I don't like the new country.
Yeah, new country is pop music. And
old country, I'm good.
I love old.
New,
yes.
I don't like.
Dude, Hank Williams. You listen to those old Hank Williams songs, and there's nothing but like pain and feeling and a torture and emotion in there. And you
Did you
fucking
see?
feel it.
Did you? I don't know. Did you see the chick flick? Star is Born.
Oh, I heard that's great too. I haven't seen it yet.
I heard that's really
I heard it's very good.
That's got some country in it.
For the Gaga. It's the fourth time they've made this movie, and people are like, "This is the best version."
Probably.
Yeah. Maddie James gave us a great segue into the Felty League. Anthony,
Oh fuck!
do we have an update? Can I play the music?
You could play the music.
Here's the National Felty League update.
Yeah, I've only won one game.
Oh shit! Oh no!
I haven't updated my roster the entire year.
So you're running the same guys and
running
one
the same
Gotcha.
shitty guys.
Gotcha.
So, but right
Not
now,
giving any fucks.
zero fucks. When there's
Typical
no money
job.
on the line,
Yeah.
don't care. Number 1 in the Marvel League is 9-3, Chaz Hubbard.
Nice.
Number 1 in the DC League is Matthew Lawrence at 9-3. So
Well done, 9-3.
might be on a collision course for this.
How much money would it have taken to actually for you to care about this?
$20.
That's it.
Yeah.
$20 buy-in, and then
I don't like actually playing fantasy. No. I do a pick'em league.
It's
though.
work.
It is. It is work.
It is
For
work.
nothing.
It's actually work.
Let me pretend to do a job that I don't have that gets paid a lot more
I gotta
money.
care about something.
It's wannabe
Yeah.
sports.
Why do I have to care?
Well, we're
Don't
near.
I'm with you, Anthony.
Don't care.
When is it over? We're nearing the end. I forgot football was still going. Whatever. Hey, we got one final roast audio.
This better be good.
He's got a big shoes to fill. It's from listener Bill Vincent. Sent in today under the deadline, under the wire. Roast.
What's up, guys? Bill Math is coming to you, otherwise known as Bill Vincent from the Jock and Nerd Nation. I want to start this off by thanking our three lovely hosts. The first, who looks like Steph Curry 30 years from now. The second, who looks and sounds like if Elmo has been doing crack for the past 30 years. And finally, my man Rugboy.
Oh.
I want to offer a special thank you to Anthony just for doing this show, because every time he talks, it sounds like he's carrying out a probation sentence to do community service with special needs children just for all the fucked up shit he's done at all those EDM shows that he won't tell any of us about. Next, I think I have a theory on why Emron started wearing socks again. I think after not wearing them all summer, the inside of his shoes started to look and smell like Rugboy. All right, guys, I want to end this by just letting you know how I came across the podcast. In the related search for the Guys We Fucked podcast, you guys came up under Guys No One Will Fuck.
I'd never fuck.
All right, guys, I love the podcast. It's one of my favorites. I listen to it every week. Wanted to say thank you for all you do, and happy 250. Thanks.
Bill Vincent, thank you. You get points for being last and being funny.
Nice.
You know what?
Well done.
Our listeners, man, are pretty awesome.
Dude, these guys, this is...
A lot of these were very clever. All of these were very clever, and all of them made me laugh a little bit.
Thank you.
Listen, to be a cool guy in my book, you got to break balls.
Yes.
You got to be able to just fuck with people.
Yes.
Got to know where to draw the line, but you got to be able to hit them pretty good. And you guys all did that.
Everybody did that. They busted our balls. You didn't go over the line, and it was just perfectly. I'm so proud of you guys. I love our listeners.
You're so proud.
I love hearing from them because, we've asked for things in the past and nobody ever sends anything.
This one rallied.
This one fucking, that's amazing. It was great.
Because of the community.
Yes.
Because when we do something, no one gives a fuck.
No one gives a
The
fuck.
nation does something.
It was the
but when
nation.
they rally
Yes.
something, it happens.
They supported each other. You guys are awesome.
You got to be able to laugh at yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can't offend me. It's really, really fucking hard. Trust me. People have tried, but I've been through so much shit that you can't offend
I like the fact that all of them. I mean, they all were unique, but there was a running theme for all of us.
Yes. We definitely have a thematic personalities for each of us. You guys fucking nailed it. So good. A great 250, gentlemen. I was worried. I think it went really well. Listener, thanks for hanging in there with us. I know it's been a fat show, but again, you can always help us grow by telling a friend, recommend this podcast. See, I rolled the R's so you would remember. In fact, I want you to say that to the next person you see. Just go up to them and go, I recommend a podcast.
Jock and Nerd.
They'll remember that. That's all. It's memorable. Roll your R's, share the show. Final words from you guys, Ruggs. Where can they find you?
I want to thank everyone for participating. This is awesome. It's been a great 3 years or something with you guys.
3.5 years, over 3.5 years.
It is a part of the week that I look forward to get some of this shit off my chest. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at Twitter at Really Rugboy. And you can find me in the nation. I try and pop my head in every once in a while when I remember that it exists.
Chop it up with us, people. Believe me, this is as much therapy for me as it probably is for you guys listening. It's the one thing that kind of keeps me sane, Anthony. Will we do another 250, Anthony? What do you think?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Yes!
The only reason we wouldn't keep doing it is because if you decide you not want to do it anymore.
It's all in my hands, people.
It's basically up to you.
Listen, I'm not doing this shit unless someone facilitates it.
I'm not learning how to do this.
We will continue, you motherfuckers. So if something happens to me, I don't have a manual or anything, we're fucked. I will continue to produce content for you, fellas, because I do enjoy it. And I love the show just as much as I did.
Well, let me say one thing.
Yes.
From the bottom of my fucking dick.
Yes. You have a low dick. That's a big dick.
Thank you for listening. And 250 is pretty cool.
Yes. Thank you for hanging out with us this week and listening to the Jock and Nerd Podcast. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the Jock.
He's a nerd.
We'll peep you next week, yo.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest.
Yeah. He rolls his R's too, and you remember that. I recommend this podcast.
My balls was hot.
I thought we were going to hit my balls was hot today.